all right. Back again. The Bisons are back yet again. Me, your host, Noe, the handsome one that you love the most, and of course, Manuel. Hold on, let me finish. The mentally disturbed man. He's pretty hype, man. He's got, I don't know how many bangs he took before he got here, but Manuel's hype. He's gonna give y'all a show today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And but before I give it to Manuel, everybody, thank you for joining us again for another episode of the Bison Lounge. So, Manuel, how's it going?
Everything's going good, my friend. Been a pretty good week.
You had a good week?
Pretty good week.
I had a pretty interesting one, but I'll let you
Nice. Well, I mean,
lead this one.
It's, the usual shit happens when you least expect it. But that's something
that I'm with another pregnancy again. Did you? Another baby mama number 2?
Oh, God damn it.
Did I ruin the hype already?
No, I mean, you just brought bad memories. Anyways, no. Good vibes. Come on. Let's do it. Anyways, Merker. No, yeah, man. My week has been good. Spent time with the boys. Watch some good old time in baseball. Merker. Played some good games, old school games.
Really,
old school games.
Can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah, indeed. But how was your week, Nelly?
My week was all right. So this week was pretty interesting. I had to fire my first employee today, which I had to let him go. Dude fucking hit the shop with the forks up on a truck. He fucked it up.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So that he hit the overhead?
The overhead, yeah.
God damn.
Fuck. And the crazy thing is, he told me, right? But then when I had to do the report, turns out he did it 4 hours before he told me.
What the fuck?
He waited till the end of the shift.
Holy shit. Is he a listener?
Nah.
Oh, I was about to say.
I hope not. He's probably come with a gun.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. But besides that, I had a pretty interesting night the other night. I believe it was Thursday. Well, technically Friday morning.
Uh-huh.
And I left a Discord message. Emmanuel heard it.
Oh, yeah.
So what had happened, my dear listeners, I was driving home from work. I want to say, what time do you think it was? Like 1 o'clock?
It was like 1 or 2.
It was like 1 in the morning. So I was driving home and, the highway, which late at night, highways aren't as packed, but that's also probably the most dangerous time because it's dark.
Nobody can see you, dude.
Nobody can see you. So I'm driving up about almost like maybe a mile or 2 away from the exit to my home. And I look into the distance, like maybe I want to say about 20 feet up. It looks like there's somebody on the side, the far right lane of the highway. And I was like, that can't be true. Who's going to be standing there? So remember, I'm going like 65, 70. And this happened so quick. It was somebody on the center, not the center of the highway, the center of that right lane doing the Thriller dance or some shit. This dude was cracked out of his mind. Dude, like I said, it was a split second because I'm on the highway driving, but this dude was dancing, losing his mind, and I freaked the fuck out, and that's when I sent a Discord to Manuel and Isaac. If you're listening, Isaac, shout out to Isaac. We haven't seen him or talked to him for a bit. I hope he's all right. He's probably playing that shitty City Skylines.
Shitty Skylines. No, it's not City Skylines, it's Shitty Skylines.
Shitty Skylines. Yeah, there you go.
Shitty Skylines. I like it.
But, I like the what was our responses? Because we always got to make a joke. What did you say again? I forgot.
Dude,
what?
Yeah. Did you hit him because it's worth 50 points?
Yeah, did you hit him because it's worth 50 points? And I was like, I believe he was a top fan of DDR, and he heard the best level was on Highway 35 at 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's the DLC.
That's the DLC right there.
Bro was hitting Thriller on fucking DDR5.
Dude, if we're even though I said it was like a split second, that dude was dancing his brains out. That dude was cracked out of his mind.
He was probably so excited.
He was excited about
that
something.
He couldn't hide it.
There you go. I mean, I don't know who he is. I looked it up. I'm assuming he's alive because I looked it up the next morning and there's no reports or...
I was expecting at least in the morning getting a fucking Ken's 5 news alert careful on I-35, local crackhead dancing in the middle of the fucking highway gets hit by 18-wheeler or something.
It looks like he was dancing a Thriller. The way he was moving, it looked like he was doing all the dances and shit.
What if he was a zombie, dude?
If he was a zombie, we're fucked. I'm not ready yet for a zombie apocalypse.
Really?
No.
Okay, it's a Camaro right here. You're going to say you're not ready for a
No,
fucking...
hold on. Okay. I've had this conversation plenty of times. If it's slow walking zombies, okay. If they're the fucking 30,
28 days later.
28 days later ones, or they're fucking sprinting at you, no.
Well, I mean, dude,
There's no fucking way.
There's got to be like, okay, we're going to get into this because I've always wanted to talk to people about this, and I want to hear y'all's opinion also out there in the audience.
And shout out to the audience leaving us messages. We see them, but we barely stay on Spotify.
Yeah.
We have lives, and, you know,
Yeah,
we can't really look at the comments.
We were always fucking busy, and I was about to mention that too. Shout out to I believe a elite toy collector. He's been sending messages to our page about like what we think about certain things, and we really appreciate that, man. And I don't you think I'm not looking at them? It's just that sometimes I don't have time to like, all right, let me put this into segments and stuff like that. But we really appreciate it when y'all do that. But I want to talk about this in the aspects of. There's a lot of people that say, like, if there were the 28-day zombies, we wouldn't make it, right?
No.
I believe that Texas would.
Why?
Texas, bro, I believe that Texas would in the aspects that everybody's armed. Everybody's armed. And if you have enough, let me put it this way, if you have a nice southern line of Texas rednecks ready lined up with their trucks, their Ford F-150s, their Chevys and others. They're ready to just go with their shotguns, boomsticks.
And I'm going to counter you with that because, yes, I will agree mostly everybody's packing. This is the United States of America.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you about, I'm going to go with 70. I wanted to say 80, but I'll give the leeway to people. It's, okay. Not everybody that has a gun is not out really trained to handle a gun.
Correct.
People start blasting like crazy, throw their ammo out as soon as they can. And then you get those people that are like gonna accidentally shoot other people that could help. Like the first wave of this zombie attack, I mean, we're fucked.
I don't know, man.
The second wave is when the people that were actually, you're gonna have the people that were smart and the people that were cowards that literally just hid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it being cowardly in the aspects of being smart because what you're going to do is you want to build defenses.
No,
right?
coward, like you see your family in the fucking minivan getting told you could have saved them by unlocking the door. Which like, fuck that. I'm running inside the house. They could have the family as bait.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, those are the cowards. Those are the cowards. Okay, I get you.
You were just hiding. That I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah.
Because I probably do the same. But like, fuck that. Stepping outside. I call my grandma and just tell her, Grandma, I love you. But I'm staying.
Have fun in heaven.
Have fun in heaven. Grandpa's waiting for you.
Grandpa's waiting for you up there. Well, okay. See, now that's a lot of the things that people don't actually take into account, dude. Because everybody, there's a lot of people that I've talked to. There was even for a while an association for zombie outbreaks, like a legit one. And I remember I talked to a lot of those people, and I would ask them all the time, like, so all right, so first course of action, what are you doing? Go into my local HEB or Walmart, fortifying some defenses in there and keeping some food for myself. I'm like, all right, cool. So what about your family? Oh, I take them with me. Okay, so you're going to be lugging around a whole family while this chaos is ensuing and trying to fortify a fucking supermarket at the same time. When you have chaos, people looting, thinking the same thing that you probably fucking are, and you think you're going to be that quick, that you're going to be the fastest one out of there? Brother, I don't think so. For me, like, I believe that your best course of action should be, like, fortify your own home.
Yeah.
Start putting shit against them doors and windows. Have your family safe and secure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And if they're the running ones, those dudes will break through the doors.
That's what I'm saying, dude, because that's why you got to fortify. Put shit in front, Because, I mean, it's you got to remember, it's a human body.
Yeah.
It's not going to have, like, some sort of, like, elevator freaking strength.
When they're all together, it becomes strength. Like, take World War Z. When they're, like, ants just piling on each other, like, jumping on each other just to get to the people.
We're okay.
Seen World War Z.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Was it with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, that's the one with Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, right. Okay. So, yeah, they start, like, piling on top of each other, but they're not smart. They're just piling on top of each other just
But that's the scary part. They're think of like necromorphs from Dead Space reference. But they're just gonna come at you, everything. They're like, they don't have feelings, like Terminator. He has no feelings. He doesn't care. He doesn't sweat. He doesn't eat. He will not stop till you are dead.
Oh, shit. Okay, that makes sense. That's
what I'm trying to say. Like, they have no stopping point.
Yeah.
Just go, go, go.
Right. Okay, I'll give you that one. Still,
You're gonna give me that. You're gonna give me my.
I'll give you your props. Oh, no. Think I'm debate point. No way. Okay, so I'm still gonna stick with it though. Fortifications. You still got to put some weight behind that door. The more weight you put behind it, amazing, dude. You know, higher the defense of your door. Like if it's some kind of fucking game that you put a chair behind, your defense goes up by 5. And then I level up in the middle of the day. Hey, Mom, look, I leveled up. Anyways, you could have leveled up in your job. What the fuck? But that's one of my beliefs in like what people need to understand. Like a lot of people don't bring into account like their own moral actions that's going to come into the zombie apocalypse. They don't bring their whole fucking thought process. They just think like, I'm going to get to doing this, gonna take over a fucking superstore or a little fucking gas station. Like nobody else in the fucking world has that mentality. Everybody thinks it's going to be like they're the main character of the game, which I'm sorry to tell y'all who think like this, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
I think you got to have a shitload of manpower and gun power because, I mean, everyone has guns. Like, I have guns, but it's not going to last me that long.
Yeah,
it will not. I need an arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're going to have to go scavenge for ammo, scavenge for food, scavenge for...
You see, that's like the third wave of a fucking zombie apocalypse. That's when all the people come out that already... That's what I was saying. All the leftover people from the first and second wave come out, and they're just like... Okay, we need food, we need water, we need supplies.
We're running low here at the base.
That's when you start coming across other people who are either going to kill you or steal your shit, or, and if you're lucky, y'all join forces.
See, yeah, and that's one of the things that I like came into my like way of thinking, because one of the things I thought about was like, why not fortify a whole block of houses? Fortify it. You got yourself a small community there. And of course, like if more people come and they want like sanctuary or something, like, all right, well, what you got? What do you bring? Like I know a lot of people hate this question. What do you bring to the table?
I am the table.
I am just to get the fuck out of here. We don't need another table here. We don't need another table here. But yeah, like I've never heard anybody saying I'm gonna fortify a whole block. I mean, think about it. You got houses already set up, multiple rooms in each house. There's some houses that only one person lives in with like 4 or 5 rooms. So why not start fortifying that? And then that's when you can start getting your search parties.
Yeah.
Let's go out and fucking, I don't know. Or maybe let's take over the next blocks. Let's clear out the next block, fortify that.
Yeah.
To make a bigger community. And next thing you know, you're going to get the city back from the zombies, no problem.
Yeah, but that's going to take a while.
No.
You're thinking about a year or 2 of work.
Fuck it, dude. If it takes a year or 2, maybe even 10 to get the city back, fuck it. We at least got the city back.
I mean, I'll give you it, but I'm still going to say no because you're still going to have to deal with people.
Yeah, of course. You're going to still deal with like the dumb fuck that's going to be like, who made you boss? Like, you know,
my dick's bigger than yours.
Yeah, but I started this shit, so fuck you. But I don't know, man. Like that's my train of thought when it comes to these things.
Okay, so then you're on the fence. We could do it.
That we can survive this, like
survive.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not on the fence. I know we can.
I mean, that's your side.
That we can survive it.
My side's no.
You can't survive
28 days because we're talking about 28. We're talking about the running zombies.
Yeah,
we're not talking about the slow motherfuckers.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna say no.
You're gonna say no.
Not with it.
Okay, so why?
I just said
you're just because they run.
Because the best way, I agree that if you come together as, let's say, the neighborhood, granted, it could work. We're still going to have to deal with people. You're still going to have to deal with the zombies that y'all need to get rid of to secure a block and barricade it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, food's going to run out. You're always going to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to have the females. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to be fucking someone's wife. Someone's going to shoot somebody.
Okay.
Someone's going to do some crazy shit. Then
that's gonna start drama.
Yeah, someone's gonna start drama. Then you gotta realize, like, you're running out because even if this whole neighborhood had guns and stuff, no one's here rocking a militia. That's why too in all the movies they always end up going to an army base that's secluded or already barricade because that's the best course of action at that.
Correct. So let me give you my rebuttal. Yeah, it's going to take a while to clear out, fortify, so on and so forth. But that's why you don't have to go for firearms, because one of the things that a lot of people know, firearms attract more zombies.
Well, yeah, because of noise.
The noise. So you have to be kind of smart in the aspects that, like, dude, everybody in their fucking house has at least a kitchen knife, a butcher's knife, has at least a machete in their backyard, in their shed.
You're gonna go toe to toe with a fucking kitchen knife with a one zone. I'm just being.
It's not just yourself. You gotta. It's like you said before.
Right, 4 guys go at one zombie that can run. One of you guys is gonna get infected. Because remember, the way those work is if they scratch you, they don't need to bite you. You're fucked.
Yeah, well, I mean, any open laceration where they get their blood on you. Their blood on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, armor, dude. We got to come up with some sort of armor. You can wear layers of clothes.
Knight's armor and shit, right?
Oh, I don't know about that shit.
Sticks power
sword.
Someone comes out there with a morpher
sword. Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
Swords, where are the swords? Saber-tooth tiger. But okay, we'll stick with that, I guess. I'm saying no. You're saying it.
I'm saying yes. I mean,
to the people who want to throw their regards, shout us not shout us out, but give us your input.
Give us your input, like on our anywhere actually, on our X, on our Instagram, on our Spotify, anywhere. We'll take comments and messages anywhere.
Yeah,
we just want to know what you guys think.
Instagram and all that. So tell your family and friends.
Absolutely.
Oh, and one more thing. We're going to, after like asking the people about how we make it, we're going to get that one guy's like, well, my friend has friends that know friends that have other friends that have an AR-15. That have AR-15s.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Thank you for your input.
My mom's rocking a 737 Desert Eagle.
God damn. Fuck. Mama been yeah. What the fuck your mama do? Fuck. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. But anyways, talking about guns, why don't we move on to GTA?
Okay, so before we get into this, I know we usually say what are we playing and stuff, but I thought maybe we should talk about GTA 6. Only because it's probably one of the most anticipated games.
Not to mention that we're a bit bummed about the fact that it got held back a whole fucking year.
And actually bringing that up, they were saying it might get delayed one more time.
Shut the fuck up. God damn.
Yeah, because they want the experience to be worth it or some shit. So, Rockstar. And if they could do it, they'll do it. It's Rockstar.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
The one thing about Rockstar is they could delay a game. No, that doesn't mean no one's going to not buy it. I mean, there's people off, but people are still buy it.
I mean, look at Nintendo, but that's another story. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, but the trailer came out. What'd you think of the new trailer?
It looks pretty dope. It looks like the graphics themselves are fucking amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Amazing. And it's funny because a lot of those were actual gameplay, gameplay.
It was actual gameplay.
So there's no switching between the graphics and gameplay and the cutscenes.
So you're all for it?
I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna buy it day one because the price is stupid.
So you're gonna wait a few years because you know that thing ain't gonna drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a bit. I mean, there's always Steam sales.
What, like $5-10?
Hey, fuck it, dude.
Playing a full price game from a year ago, $60.
I mean, it's still something. Instead of playing full price, I'm still ghetto, bro.
Yeah, I don't blame you, and I'll get into it later. But yeah, this whole $70 game shit is a fucking scam.
Yes, yeah, dude. I mean, people just. The game companies are not going to understand until people say, like, you know what, we need to fucking back off and let them know, like, no, we're not going to take this.
But that's not happening right now.
But it's not going to happen because
not with a AAA game, especially GTA.
Yes, there you go. That's what I was about to say. A AAA game that they put out that everybody's been anticipating for the longest time.
Yeah.
You're going to have those idiots that are going to be paying like triple, quadruple the actual amount for the game.
Yeah.
So
it's the same thing with me. They were like, oh, the remake of Dead Space 2 is coming out. It's $80. I'm like, fuck. I'm getting it day one.
Fuck. See? There you go.
It's just how they get you, and they know they could get it, which is, I mean, what do they call it? That's the game, Noe. That's the way of the game.
Exactly.
But one thing I wanted to say about, so there's rumors, remember, rumors are just rumors. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but some rumors do happen.
Right.
So there's a rumor going around that Joe Rogan's going to be one of the channels on the radio in GTA 6.
Shut the fuck.
Podcast channel.
Shut.
That's a rumor. But knowing GTA, it won't be called Joe Rogan's podcast. It'll probably be like the Rogan Joe podcast.
Oh, they'll change his name.
They'll
Yeah, because I mean, like, I remember. Do you remember any of the freaking DJs in the radio shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, I remember in Grand Theft Auto 4 they had Daddy Yankee as one of the DJ hosts and shit like that. And GTA 5 they had Don Cheto, and then I think they had I don't know if it was Fergie. I think in GTA 5. I don't remember if it was in GTA 5 or GTA 4.
I would say it'd have to be 4 because that was during her prime when she was still relevant.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was one of those two. Damn, they had a lot of fucking like cameos that I can't even think of them right now.
But that was always one thing about the GTA games I'll always give. Their stations were top tiered.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I always caught myself looking for my favorite station all the time.
Me too. Like
V-Rock
station and shit.
The Rock Station, V-Rock on Vice City, fucking on San Andreas. What was it called? Alternative. Yeah, it was Alternative. They had Danzig on that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if in the remake they kept it though.
If they did, they still have to pay him some money.
I'm pretty sure
they're not.
I'm pretty sure there's some like royalties that have to be.
And by the way, just to talk about those remakes, they look like shit. Because I was actually pretty hype about them, but when I saw how ugly it looked, because it did not look good. Let's just not lie to ourselves.
Okay, so the remakes were trash.
What were they? 3, Vice City and San Andreas?
San Andreas, yeah. Then they haven't. They were talking about doing the stories one, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories. They haven't made a San Andreas Stories, but they were talking about adding it to the little the game pack that they were gonna make.
They call it NWA Stories.
NWA Stories. I think it was more like they didn't do it because they got so much backlash for the GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas remake. So
yeah.
I guess they're all like, you know what? Fuck them. We're not making it. We're not gonna do that.
But here's another rumor, and I saw this today, but I think this one's bullshit, but it is a fun rumor if it did come true.
Yeah.
Supposedly, one of the main protagonists is going to be Tony from Vice City.
Wait. I'm sorry, what?
It's a rumor, man. I can see you already getting pissed off.
Well, no. Like, I mean, so they're bringing...
It's a rumor. Don't.
I don't know. I'm about to lose my shit, bro.
No.
I'm about to lose my shit.
No,
it better be lying.
It's a rumor. Okay, one of the main protagonists, not the main, is supposedly going to be Tony from Vice City.
Don't you mean 3?
No. Who's the one from Vice City? The main
Tommy Vercetti.
Tommy. I'm sorry.
I was about to Tony Cipriani.
Tommy. My bad. Tommy.
I was about to say, because, yeah, Tony Cipriani's from 3, and he's the main character for Liberty City songs.
No, I'm sorry, Tommy.
Okay, that's going to be interesting.
If it's true.
I mean, like, he's going to be, like, one of the people you take missions from, or...
That's the thing, I don't know.
Oh, okay, so they didn't say much on the...
The way they made it sound was he's going to pretty much be one of the bad guys.
Oh.
You're going to have to go up against. Maybe kill, if it's true.
It makes sense, but it doesn't.
I mean, it'd be a cool Easter egg to have.
So it would be, yeah.
Play like an old GTA main player, be a bad guy now.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, I mean, they did it with 3. I mean, Tony Cipriani was technically a bad guy to Claude, and then you play as Tony Cipriani on Liberty City Stories. But it would make sense in the aspects that Tommy did become the coke baron of Vice City.
It would make sense.
It would make sense, but then it wouldn't because they don't mix those characters to the numbered series, if that makes any sense to what I'm saying.
They never had a woman be their main character, and now they're making a woman a main character.
I mean, they did in online, but that's a whole nother story.
It's online.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not the main story. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I guess so.
The new one's going to be between 2, not 3 this time, right?
Yeah, it's a couple. You're going to play as one of the 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. I think, honestly, I can't believe I was saying this. I might give it a try, but not right away.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I mean, as much as I'm a big fan of freaking GTA, I'm not going to go for this one, like, right off the bat. If the price is what they say it's going to be, I'm going to wait, dude, because you're basically paying double for a fucking game that... I don't know, like, it's almost going to be, I guess, the same as the previous one.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, man. It just seems like it's too much cash for a game. You know,
It is too much.
I've never even paid for a pre-order that I get the deluxe that much.
Shit, pre-orders. Who the fuck pre-orders
anymore? I mean, if you're stupid, you do. Yeah, I mean, I learned my lesson with Cyberpunk. I learned my fucking. Not to mention, I think
a lot of people learn their lesson with Cyberpunk.
I mean, you did get some pretty cool goodies and stuff like that, but the only thing that I've paid for like that much. Let me correct myself because I said I have never, but let me correct myself. The Dead Space and the Halo. Those I paid $150, but that's because of
Halo.
Yeah,
you paid for fucking Halo.
Yeah, fuck it.
Which one?
I think it was. I believe I said it before on the podcast. I think it was either 3 or ODST.
Ugh.
One of those two, because it came with like a crate and the Master Chief helmet.
Oh, that was 3.
That was it 3?
That was 3.
It came with like one of their ammo crates, and it had like all this goody shit, like all the like the book, the fake needler, and all that stuff, and little keychains. It had, I paid $150 for that.
Jesus Christ!
But it wasn't just for the game; it came with extra goodies.
Yeah.
With Grand Theft Auto, you're fucking paying $120 for the base game. For the base game. No, I'm not gonna go that far for that.
You know, the DLC that'll be out like in a month or 2 after,
and then you're gonna pay another $100 for that shit.
Yeah,
fuck that, dude. No, I'm not gonna go that route. I remember the good old days when you wouldn't even have to fucking pay for the DLC because it was already installed in the fucking game.
Already installed in the game before updates. It's installed when you buy it. That's one thing I hate because I'm a physical copy guy. I'm still a physical copy guy. And it pisses me off because you could get a game that's not even online. It's not an online game. You put that bitch in, has to install it, has to install updates, then download it to your system.
Yep.
It's like, what happened to the good days back in the PS2? You just pop a disc and you got it.
And that's it. And if you did an online update, it was like maybe like a 2-minute update at most.
Yeah.
And you still had time to play.
And not to mention all these updates taking up all your shit.
Dude, oh my God. I had to get rid of Call of Duty for my phone.
You play Call of Duty on your phone?
The mobile? Yeah, it's actually kind of fun. It's kind of fun. What the fuck are you talking about? Just because you suck at it doesn't mean it's bad.
No, I was really good at Call of Duty at one point in my life. But I gave up on Call of Duty because it just...
You're a fucking quitter.
I'm a quitter.
You're a quitter.
Hey, man, they got boring after a while.
Yeah, they did. Like, well, I mean, for the one online, it was like, what, an update every month.
Yeah.
And it was eating away at my fucking phone storage. And my phone almost has, like, more than a terabyte.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. I have, like, a bunch of little chips and all that stuff. Yeah, no, I have, like, almost more than a terabyte.
God damn.
But that's, like, just apps.
Yeah, that's just apps.
But... still, it took up all that fucking space on all the chips. Fuck that noise.
That's why, like, GTA 6, it's going to be huge. Because I saw the map comparison, because GTA 5 was huge.
It was 2 maps put together.
Yeah, and I saw the map for the GTA 6. It's like almost 3 of the GTA 5 maps.
Well, it's both Vice City Islands put together, and then they added another one. And then I don't know if they're going to do this in this one, because in 5 they tried to, and they mentioned it. They tried to have you fly a plane to Liberty City like they did in the old school San Andreas. One of the missions involved you driving a plane all the way back to Liberty City, and they were trying to do that with 5. That's what I've heard. That was the rumor. So, but they couldn't put it in because it was too much. They were going to add a whole nother map to fucking GTA 5. Because Liberty City, GTA 4 was pretty big on itself. It was a pretty big map also. So I mean, adding that big ass map to GTA 5, it wasn't gonna happen. But when it came down to 6, I'm thinking that they're gonna try to do that this time. They're actually gonna put it in there.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, because if they couldn't do it in 5, they're gonna do it in 6.
They're gonna do it in 6.
Same thing with Red Dead Redemption. And hold on, Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't have Mexico, did it? You couldn't go into Mexico?
That was 1.
That was 1. You could go into Mexico. Yeah, because that's the one that did the zombies, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one that did the zombies.
So, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, I think they did like an update for the online where you could cross into Mexico. I think. Anybody out there if you can correct me. Because I don't know. I have a... Because one of the guys that was in the gang with Arthur is the one that you kill in Mexico.
Yeah, in part 1.
Yeah. Javier Escuela. Yeah. He's one of the people that you kill. So I think in the online, you take missions from him. So I could be wrong.
So overall, I'm not gonna say you're hype, but you're for it.
I'm for it after, like, not on release, though.
Yeah, not on release.
Not on release.
I'm for it, but not on release.
Not on release, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, as soon as the sales hit, I'm in there.
Okay.
I'm in there.
No, I got you. I'm probably the same way, but I'm probably gonna take like 5-6 years ago.
I mean, did you ever play 5?
I played it for a period, like maybe like a month, and it was all right. But I'm not GTA fan anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3's the one that I really sucked my soul in, and then after that, I played Vice City. I played San Andreas only because you could ride bikes.
That was the hook.
That was the hook. We could ride bikes. Shoot the
fucking A.
easy stage. Oh my god.
Oh my god, the graphics.
But on to another subject, and this was actually a question. I actually have a little fun story, and I was actually talking to Manny about the other day. So our good friend Renee, the one that'll steal your bitch, he asked me the other day, what were our thoughts on the new Doom? What is it called? The Dark Ages?
The Dark Ages.
So before I get into my little tobacco, I am a huge fan of Doom, especially what was the one right before Doom? Eternal. Yes, thank you. I'm already getting lost. Doom Eternal, I fucking put hours in. I fucking was addicted to Doom Eternal. I loved it.
Yeah.
So when Doom Dark Ages came out, I actually downloaded it, bought it yesterday for $75 on Steam, which I was already pissed off. But that was the kicker. Download it, blah, blah, blah. Then when I tried to launch it, it told me it couldn't play because my GPU, which is a 1080 Ti, because I was playing on PC, by the way, it doesn't have ray tracing. And because of that, I cannot play the game. I can't launch it. And to me, it pisses me the fuck off because I actually did some research on it. Like, is my graphics card really out of date already? And technically, yes, because no, hold on now. Yes, because it doesn't have ray tracing. But when it comes to being able to run top tier games and shit, it can.
It still can.
No problem.
You won't do it at ultra, but you still can run.
You can still do high.
Yeah, high or medium.
I'm not one of those hardcore gamers where I need ultra.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I still good enough. Mediums where I'm already like, oh crap, this boy's about to go.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, like, I can run on mine. I got a 1650 Super. I can run what's it called, Dead by Daylight on ultra, but I still run it on medium. Just for the,
what's the point?
Yeah,
right?
What's the point?
What's the point of using all that shit?
Yeah, I mean, I just like to have the fast paced shit going on. Let's do this. Will I be able to run the Dark Ages?
No,
I don't think so.
No, you won't. Yours is older than mine.
A 1650 Super?
Yeah, 1080 Ti. Oh, wait, I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about
my 960 is older than you. Yeah, and it can still run.
If anybody's wondering what we're talking about GPUs.
Yeah, and
And some people will be like, well, Noe, don't you got a PS5? You are correct, and I could buy it, but here's my debacle. Okay, so I'm not a guy who's like PC Master Race, but one thing I will say, and I will go to the grave saying this, after I played shooters, first-person shooters anyways, mouse and keyboard is where it's at. That's where first-person shooting's at. I'll give that to PC all day.
The mouse.
Yeah. Now, third-person, controller. Third-person controller.
Like, I would rather play Wukong on PS5 than I would on fucking PC.
All day.
Even if the graphics are better on PC, I'm still going to go for PS5.
Yeah. So, Renee, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't give you anything yet. I've seen some gameplay, and it looks fucking amazing.
It's a prequel, right?
Yeah, it's a prequel before the...
Eternal.
Before Eternal.
It's after 64, before
the 2016 launch, which was the new era of
the Doom. When he got the Doom Slayer title. Yeah, so he's just Doom guy in this.
Yeah, he's just Doom guy in this shit. But I'm already sadly looking because my assistant, a.k.a. girlfriend, brought a point to me because I was looking online for GPUs, and I'm in the era of the 50s, 60s, like the 50s. I'm not going to no 30s or 40s because there's no point really.
Yeah, I know.
I've been looking online, and for a good 3060 Ti, which is hella good,
yeah,
it's looking at $600.
Wait, shut the fuck.
Yeah.
3060?
No, 56.
Oh, 50. I was hold on. 3060 is $600?
No,
There's no
that
way.
was like $200-$300.
Yeah. And I mean, it would be able to run it.
Yeah, I'll be able to run it, but then what? Another 2-3 years, I'm gonna get the same message because if game
Give it 7.
because it's like what you said, like that's what the games are doing now. They're gonna start limiting you off if you don't got the specs.
The required specs.
So they're gonna kick me out for that. So I'm rather get the new era, which is this era of a GPU. But then I'm like, well, then I'm gonna have to upgrade my motherboard.
Yeah,
more than likely, I'm gonna have to upgrade. And a good decent motherboard, you're looking at almost $200.
$200, yeah, and that'll last you like a couple.
Yeah, but then it's like, well, then the CPU, you have to upgrade your CPU.
Yeah, you do.
And you don't have to go balls to the wall. You don't have to get no i9 or anything, but you still got to...
We're still rocking i7s.
Well, I was going to say i7s were probably still good.
Yeah.
So I agree. i7s. But to me, I'm already like, well, am I going to have to build another PC? I'm probably more than likely going to have to. So I'm looking at $2,000 to play a fucking game.
To play a fucking game? Or no. Let me correct you there.
I'm not going to buy a pre-built one.
No. Oh, fuck no. Fuck. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, I'm saying like if you're going to pay $2,000 to play a new game and still be able to play upcoming titles.
Of course.
So, I mean, it's going to be worth it.
Well, yeah, it's going to be worth it.
It's going to be worth it. You're going to pay the $2,000 to not have to worry for the build for at least 8-9 years.
Almost a decade.
And now if you got everything top of the line, you won't have to worry for like at least 2 decades.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, you don't need to spend that much. It's something that I kind of learned along the way because I was the one that was all like, oh, I'm going to get myself back when the Titan XP was the main fucking the best that you can get. I was over here going to get the Titan XP. And, oh man, it's $3,000, right? I'm going to get that. I'm going to get like almost 2 terabytes of fucking memory. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get it water cooled. And then people were like, you don't.
Then you lose your wallet and your wallet's like, you ain't getting shit.
Well, the wallet just like let a little fucking fly out. No fucking. And people like, the people that knew what they're talking about before I knew what I was talking about, they looked at me and they're like, you don't need all that. What are you going to play? Oh, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. They're like, dude, you don't need all that fucking shit to run Fallout. You're like, they even told me like your Dell laptop, your XPS can run Fallout 3 like a knife through cheese, dude. I'm like, I don't know, man. Dude, you don't need all that shit. Get yourself a budget build. You can barely buy yourself a fucking graphics card and you're going to go for a fucking $6,000 fucking build?
Yeah, that's too.
Yeah, they were like overkill, like
overkill.
Bad. But shout out to Overkill Computers, by the way. Sponsor.
But that's where I'm at. I'm already looking. Like, I'm not going to do it right now. It's a slow process. I'm already looking at my my GPU. I'm already looking at motherboards. And I'm gonna, and let me tell you something. This girl is lucky. So my girlfriend, she's been needing a computer because hers gave out. She's been rocking an old laptop for gaming. She's a gamer.
I was about to say, I thought she had one.
No, she does, but it couldn't run the new Diablo. That's how old her shit is.
Fucking way.
Yeah, she had kicked her out. She was hype about it. She had to play it on my PC. So, anyways, I'm going to give her my PC.
I was about to laugh, but I know she's right outside.
I laugh at her every day. When I wake up, I laugh at her.
You.
But, yeah, I'm going to give it to her. And then, like, you know what she said as soon as I told her, hey, I'm going to just, if I do this, I'm going to give you my old build.
Yeah.
She looked at me dead in the eye and said, but it doesn't have ray tracing.
Oh.
And then she looked at her and I was like, it's like, you know, you're right. I'm going to ray trace you with this fist, okay? I'm going to ray trace you with these hands.
Oh, fuck. Do you want some ice for that bird?
Yeah, what a fucking dick. Giving her like $1,000 bill and she's like, doesn't have ray tracing.
Damn. Okay.
Flat to the face.
I gotta give her a handshake for that one.
She talked a lot of shit. Nothing these hands couldn't fix.
Yeah.
So she learned a lesson.
Use foul language in front of a lady? No, daddy, no.
Well, yeah, that's where I'm at, and that's my debacle with the new Doom, because it pissed... Yeah, no joke, because this happened yesterday. I was so pissed off all day. I was playing Magic, and I was just saying it out loud, and she could hear me in the other room. I was just like, God, I'm so fucking pissed. I was just saying it out loud. It pisses me off. Like, I ain't gonna lie, because I haven't had a game that came out that I wanted to play.
And it wasn't able to run.
Yeah, and it wasn't able to run. It's been a good year, because all I've been playing on my PC is Magic. for the past like
Dead Redemption
and Red Dead Redemption.
Which trips me out. If your PC can run Red Dead Redemption, why can't it run fucking Dark Ages?
It can, but they said if your GPU don't have ray tracing, you can't run it.
It's just stupid.
It's stupid because other games that did have ray tracing, you could turn it off. It's pretty much like, think of it as a restricted access. You must have it.
Like, and even then, like, I'm surprised because usually some games that say you do not have this component, would you like to turn this off?
Mm-hmm.
And you can.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to say. You could take it off.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. What the hell are you doing, fucking Doom? What the fuck?
They want our money.
I don't think they're going to get the money out of you buying a new build.
I mean, I'm still going to... I mean, when I get the build, I'm definitely going to buy it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And by the way, shout out to anybody that hasn't known or anything. I did open a stream for Twitch.
Yes.
And it's called Fat Bison. PHAT_Bison. And I did think about naming it the Bison Lounge, but I did not want to because
this is your own independent thing.
No, not really, because I wanted to do it to promote people listening to the podcast, but the Bison Lounge to me is when we come together.
And see, I was thinking about that too, because now you got me wanting to go back into streaming, dude.
Well, then you should.
That's just it, man. Like, I don't have the time.
Well, I barely have the time too. I only do like maybe if I'm lucky an hour.
Oh, man.
If an hour is not already pushing it, but still, I mean, just to play some quick Magic.
Yeah.
Some people have been watching me. It's pretty cool. I'm getting my ass beat though.
Yeah, look, I've
yeah, imagine seeing me get trampled.
I am a mod in yours.
Dude, with these goddamn fucking stupid builds.
Dragons.
Ban
them all. Well, I just gotta say that's some crazy shit that you can't play that. But I mean, speaking of crazy shit, I came across a couple of stories, and I've had some feedback on Spotify. Thank you to those who comment that said that they like the spooky shit. Well, this is more not on the spooky side, but more on the what the fuck side and aspects of like the stuff that's happened. I came across a little Reddit story that talks about this place called Mexia Supermarket, and they call it the Mexia Supermarket Disaster.
Okay.
And it's in Fort Worth.
Okay.
So they call it it's called the Mexia Supermarket Disaster, and it was a forgotten biohazard.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean?
They called it the forgotten biohazard, and let me tell you why. Here's the story. In the summer of 1999, a 36,000 square foot grocery store in Fort Worth, Texas, commonly referred to as the Mexia Supermarket, was abruptly abandoned after its owners filed for bankruptcy. Right? Instead of clearing out the store, they left behind thousands of pounds of perishable foods.
Oh, shit.
Including meat, dairy, and produce. When the power was shut off, refrigeration ceased and the food began to rot.
Of course.
Within weeks, the building transformed into a festering biohazard.
Oh, God.
So you might think like zombies or something, you know?
Zombies and shit.
Yeah, but here's the culinary nightmare about this. By October 1999, wasn't too long, neighbors began reporting a foul stench emanating from the building. The Fort Worth Department of Environmental Management investigated and discovered a horrifying scene. Clouds behind clouds of flies, so dense that visibility was nearly zero.
Fuck.
Rats and other vermin feasting on decayed food, and toxic gases seeping from the structure. The situation was so severe that nearby residents were advised to keep their windows closed and avoid using air conditioning to prevent drying in contaminated air.
Fuck.
The cleanup operation was unprecedented. Workers donned hazmat suits and respirators to safely enter the building. They manually removed the decomposed food, which had liquefied in many cases, and disposed of it in sealed containers. Yeah. Yeah. The process was both physically and psychologically taxing, with some workers describing it as the most challenging assignment of their careers. And then, of course, people were kind of like, you had those people that are just curious. We want to go see what it looks like. We're like, what the fuck is this? So the disaster was partially documented by news crews and featured in the History Channel series Life After People. Do you remember that show?
I remember.
Yeah. Specifically in the episode titled The Last Supper, I'm sorry. However, much of the original footage remains lost. Only fragments have surfaced online, fueling interest among lost media enthusiasts and urban explorers. Some of this partial footage is available on the Internet Archive. You go to the Wayback Machine, you'll find it. So, the aftermath of this was the following the extensive cleanup, the building underwent several transformations. It was later occupied by Terry Smart, then a family dollar, and as of 2022, it houses a Dollar General and an auto parts store.
Wow.
The Mexia supermarket incident serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of negligence and poor crisis management. It stands as one of the most disturbing examples of urban decay and has become a case study in environmental health and safety protocols. A fucking supermarket, the owners just dipped. They said, we're done. Instead of thinking like, maybe the stuff that we have here, let's sell it, even at a discounted price, and at least make some of the money back that we lost. Nope, they just said like, nah, fuck it, we're out.
Yeah, we're out.
Peace. And it turned into a fucking biohazard.
God.
For Fort Worth.
Wow. Oh, Fort Worth?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Of course it was Fort Worth.
Fucking Fort Worth, Texas. And not to mention, it's already like hot as balls over there, dude. It's hot as hell. So like, it doesn't surprise me that it didn't take that long for the food to turn into fucking liquid.
God damn.
So that's being one of the stories. Then another one that caught my attention was the disturbing story of the Panama girls, Chris Kramers and Lisanne Froon.
What's this?
So it's two girls that went on vacation that were never found again.
Yeah, because they're being used for sex trafficking.
I mean, that's what a lot of people are thinking of. But listen to this. On April 1st, 2014, Chris Kramers and Lisanne Froon, sorry if I'm butchering their names, left their host family's home to take the family's dog on a walk through the scenic forest around the Barú volcano in Boquete, Panama. Kramers and Froon were students from Amersfoort in the Netherlands. They had spent 6 months planning their trip to Panama, which was supposed to serve as part vacation, part service trip. They planned on spending some time hiking and touring while also volunteering with local children, teaching arts and crafts, and learning Spanish. The two women had been hiking around the Panamanian jungle for the past 2 weeks as part of a backpacking mission trip and intended to stay for the next 4 weeks with their host family to volunteer at a local school. However, after they waved goodbye to their family at 11 a.m. on April 1st, the beginning of the month, they were never seen again.
Really?
The women had written a Facebook post in which they discussed their intentions to tour the local village. They also wrote that they had brunch with two fellow Dutchmen before embarking on their hike. On the night of April 1st, the host family noticed something was wrong. Their dog had returned safe and sound, but alone.
Wow.
The girls were nowhere to be found. The host family searched the area around their home, but decided to wait until morning to alert the authorities. On April 2nd, Kramers and Froon missed an appointment with the local tour guide who was supposed to take them on a private walking tour of Boquete, which prompted the host family to alert the authorities. The next morning, an aerial search of the forest was conducted, as well as the search of the village and the lightly wooded areas by locals. By April 6th, it's almost a week later, the two women were still missing. Fearing the worst, the families of Chris Kramers and Lisanne Froon flew to Panama, bringing with them detectives from the Netherlands. Along with the local police and dog units, they searched the forest for 10 days. Days turned into weeks, and after 10 weeks, there were still no signs of either Kramers or Froon. Then, as the police were slowing their search efforts, a local woman turned in the blue backpack, claiming to have found in it a rice paddy along the banks of the river. Inside the backpacks were 2 pairs of sunglasses, $83 in cash, Lisanne Froon's passport, a water bottle, and 2 bras.
Oh, wow.
Also inside was, more importantly, was Froon's camera and both of the women's cell phones. The phones had remained in service for almost 10 days after the women's disappearance. Over just 4 days, 77 separate attempts had been made to call police, both via 112, the emergency number in the Netherlands, and 911, the emergency number in Panama. Using the call logs, police were able to come up with an outline of the time the girls spent missing in the forest. The first 2 emergency calls had been just hours after Kramers and Froon had begun their hike to the 112 emergency number. Due to the dense jungle, neither attempts went through. In fact, out of all 77 calls, only 1 managed to make contact but broke up after just 2 seconds. There was photos in the camera that were taken on the night of April 1st. The photo shows the girls' belongings spread out on rocks, plastic bags, and candy wrappers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, on their phones, on their own camera.
Yeah,
on their own camera. The back of Chris Kremer's head was shown with blood leaking from her temple. After investigating the area nearby, police found Kremer's clothing folded neatly along the edge of the river. 2 months later, a pelvic bone and a foot still inside a boot.
A foot?
A foot and stuck inside a boot were found soon after that. Both women's bones were found. Lisanne Froon's bone had bits of flesh still attached. Chris Kremer's bones were stark white, like if bleached. Police questioned several people, tour guides, hikers, but there wasn't enough evidence to determine the cause of death. To this day, the disappearance and deaths of Chris Kremer's and Lisanne Froon remain a harrowing mystery.
They're dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they found their bones, dude. The fact that they found photos on their camera of them all bloodied up, that should already show that they're gone.
Oh yeah, they're gone.
They're gone. They that was mostly a for sure murder. That was a murder for sure, man.
No, and that's one of those murders where they get off on the idea of leaving clues.
Yeah,
because you left the backpack, or she. This is America.
Yeah.
He or she.
Yeah.
They fucking left the backpack with all their shit and photos.
Mm-hmm.
That's a murderer just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's
no, absolutely. I mean,
it's just getting off to it.
It's devastating. It's devastating what, like, I mean, their family finding that shit out and all that stuff. But
they hot?
Even, I mean, I don't know. They didn't get to see their full faces or anything like that
because they have no more faces.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I found those two stories that kind of piqued my interest.
That's some pretty wicked shit.
This week, wicked as fuck, dude. I mean, Panama, dude. Like, I mean, there's tourism over there, man. It's like,
yeah, but they're in a jungle. Oh, dude, you can't get me to go in no fucking jungle. I don't give a fuck. Dude.
Really, you want to go on a hike in the jungle?
No, hell no.
With panthers and all that shit around.
I got no goddamn mountain lion and shit. And then on my bad luck, I come across the great voodoo witch, some shit, some old beating cabin that I shouldn't be in, and then I'm cursed for life. No, that's how that shit happens.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I'm too much of a, even though my body doesn't show it, I like to explore those type of things.
Even though my body,
it doesn't, man. I'm fucking
more meat for the killer.
Yeah. More meat for them cannibals.
Yeah, more meat for the cannibals.
Go fucking Sentinel Island. Get the fuck out of it. I would be a buffet for them, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
you'd be an all fucking year feast.
Yeah, dude, I'd be jerky. I'd be fucking loins, and I'd be
take your head for last.
Oh god damn, they make barbacoa out of my fucking head. Holy shit, fucking aim. I wonder if they would mix it with Big Red. Anyways,
well, what other way to have Mexican food?
I know, right? But I mean, that's some of the crazy shit that I found on the internet. I want to know what you found on the internet, no?
So before, I got a few little stories here and there, but we'll do a few, and then we'll get back onto this N64 thing I saw you put up there. I'm kind of curious about that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is one of those things where this is America, and I love trolls.
Mm-hmm.
I love trolls. This is an American troll, so... Good old Las Vegas, right?
Uh-huh.
Las Vegas, because we casino, everything's still. What's that saying? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, not this, and this is pretty funny. So there's a guy or girl going around gluing little cowboy hats to the pigeons of Las Vegas.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so like there's pictures here of pigeons, different pigeons too, and lots of them, by the way.
Okay,
that just have little cowboy hats on them, little red cowboy hats on them.
What the fuck?
And like they have pictures of pigeons on the street with them, and then even like up in statues, like hundreds of feet up, pictures, and they just have these little hats. So someone's they're gluing them though on these pigeons' heads.
Right.
So to me, it's like a big like troll of the fucking USA.
I mean, do pigeons migrate?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean,
do pigeons migrate? What do they do during the cold? I don't think they do. Do pigeons migrate?
I don't know. Let me... Crows? Shit.
Yeah, crows migrate, don't they?
I mean...
Birds migrate.
I know ducks do. I know ducks fucking migrate. Let me check this out real quick.
Do pigeons migrate?
Hey, Grok, do pigeons migrate? It's going to tell me, like, what is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Do pigeons migrate? I mean, they do carry diseases.
All birds carry diseases.
Do they though?
Majority of them, yes, they do. Especially blackbirds. Because remember, birds eat junk off the floor.
Here we go. No, pigeons do not migrate in traditional sense of long distance seasonal travel. So I guess we won't see them here.
Yeah, you won't see them here unless whoever this convict comes over here. But yeah, putting little red cowboy fucking hats on pigeons in Las Vegas.
No shit. I'd like to see a pigeon with a hat.
Yeah, it's right here. Look,
that'd be hilarious.
Look, it's right here. There's a pics right here. Let me show Manuel.
Oh shit! That looks so.
They're just minding their business too. They're not dead or anything. They're just.
It's like it doesn't even bother them.
Nah,
it doesn't even fucking bother them.
And they really do. They ain't got hands.
I mean, usually like an animal, like if you put like boots on a fucking dog, like socks on a cat or something like that, they usually start freaking out.
Yeah. So here's another story I got, and I couldn't find a lot of info on it. I've been trying to find the internet. Granted, I didn't go deep searching, so I couldn't find much, but I did find this. So, Manuel, what is your thoughts on men spiking women drinks?
That's pretty scummy of you.
It's pretty scummy, right? But this guy, I'm not saying he's in the right, but he has a good point. So this guy, a man caught spiking his female date's drinks with Viagra.
Huh?
Yeah, with Viagra. And when they caught him, he said he wanted to make sure they didn't get boners to make sure that they were women. Because he couldn't trust people these days.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So it's one of those, granted, I'm against it. I really am. But let's not lie to ourselves.
I mean,
dude's thinking 10, 20 years ahead. Come on now.
Bro's living in the future.
Bro's living in the future, dude.
I mean, God damn it. I don't even know what to say to that.
That's exactly what I said.
I'm kind of dumbfounded because, I mean, yeah, it's true. I've heard some of those stories where a guy says, like, yeah, I was out with this chick. We're having a good time. We're making out, so on and so forth. And then next thing I know, there's something dangling in between there. So, I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, exactly. Like, I'm not against it for this situation.
Oh, shit. Fuck. What does dating come to? Shit, dude.
So I'm glad I don't date.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's why porn and shit's around nowadays. If I want to have a romantic date, I got my hands.
Well, dude, you know what's funny? I heard that they were going to ban more, like, porn in general.
I've been hearing that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's going to be a dark day for me. A real dark day.
I mean, I guess we'll have more time on our hands. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
This is what do they call it? This is Jessica and this is Ivy, and I based them off Jessica Nigri and Ivy Nigri.
Okay. All right. Well, this one's Professor Hans Jerkoff. That's all I got.
Professor Hans Jerkoff.
No, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know.
I don't think you can feel anything about it because he's kind of right. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. I'm pretty sure all the female Bisons will probably be a little, like, upset, but can you blame them, female audience out there?
Well, I mean, he wasn't spiking them to where, like, they...
Or knocking out.
They were knocking out. Yes. I mean, spiking in general is bad.
Of course.
Because you don't know what kind of effects that can have on a person's body.
Oh, no, not at all.
But
I know what Viagra does to a person's body.
Yeah. So, damn, I don't even know how to fucking, like, respond to that. I don't know. I mean, I guess he's a piece of shit. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to say he's not. Not this guy, anyways.
I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't.
Man, just say your input.
No, I don't. I honestly don't. There is no input from me because I don't know.
It's like, it's one of those hard decisions.
Yeah, and it's not even, I guess I'm just dumbfounded. Like, I'm like, what? What?
Props.
I will give him props. But who did he get? Did he say who he got caught from? Like one of the dates or like a bartender?
The dates. It was one of the dates. She saw him spike the drink and she called the cops, not letting him know. And when they took the drink, and of course they wanted to know so they could charge him. What did they spike? What was the drug he was using to spike? And they were like, it's Viagra.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, well, I want to be sure the chick ain't a guy.
oh shit! Fucking hell! I don't even know. I don't know. Like, what other shit did you find on the internet?
Right, so
this is gonna blow my mind so badly.
Before we get onto the 64 thing, here's one more thing, and this is just another troll. And this is a white guy. Looks like a bit of a redneck. This guy has a good sense of humor when it comes to cops. So do you know those grabber toys the long rods where you hit the handle and they pretty much open a mouth. Like this guy used a dinosaur one. He was going around police getting this toy and robbing their guns.
Shut the fuck.
Yeah, the dude was fucking using Chicago, by the way.
Shout out to Chicago.
Shout out to Chicago.
But did it work?
Yeah, it worked a few times, but they got him. Like, he was a Chicago man arrested after repeatedly stealing guns off of officers using a toy dino grabber.
Shut the fuck.
I get the guy proved because he used the dino grabber.
Yeah.
It's a sense of humor.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the cops don't.
This is where America really talks. This is a troll that we need in life. This is someone that should be a right hand, left hand of the district defense attorneys up there.
He was probably testing if the cops were aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I like
holy shit, yeah.
Dude's up. This is another guy living 23
living
years
in the future. Yeah, this guy's living in the future. No shit. Yeah, okay, well, this one I will agree.
Yeah, this one you agree.
He's putting them on high alert.
Yeah, he's keeping our police up and ready just in case.
Goddamn.
Well, not our police. It's Chicago, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
No, I get it. But even then, I guess other police stations could take something out from this. Like, they can be like, we need to probably start putting more straps on our guns.
I was just saying maybe they should keep them strapped.
Well, I mean, they already have the one that they flip off of their...
This guy had to come and at least unbuckle the goddamn strap, so he used the toy 2 times to unhook the strap and then pull the gun.
I guess you could say that.
Well, I mean, think about it. He can't just, because remember, it's just
So he was able to pull out.
Yeah, he pulled them out.
Oh shit. Okay,
yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I don't know, total side tangent here. What the story that I'm gonna tell right now. Did you ever see the video of the guy that fought a cop? And he managed to get one over on the cop, and he started pulling out his gun.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one who had his face nailed in or whatever.
Oh no, that's a whole other story. That's another story. But he basically managed to get a hold of the gun, and since the cop was down on all fours with the guy on top of him trying to pull out his gun, the cop started freaking out, and he literally started yelling, "Help!"
Oh shit! No,
something's wrong. This is an old video, but I mean, like, you hear the cops like, "Help! Help!"
Fat.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. He got overpowered by this guy. He got. I don't even know if I want to say overpowered, because he just managed to get him in a certain position where he had access to his gun. And the cop was like fighting him with his hand, trying to push his gun back in, but the guy kept on pulling and pulling and pulling.
Dude.
Luckily, bystanders came. If I remember correctly, bystanders came and they pulled the guy off.
Oh, I thought they were gonna start beating on the cop.
No. You got a chance to get out of here. Go. He's down. Kicking his ass.
Or one for the civilians.
No, I mean, like, they started helping out the cop because if I remember correctly, one of the civilians got the other guy on a headlock and pulled him off, but he was still trying to grab the gun, and then the other civilian that was there, helped the cop up. Now this kind of throws me back into GTA.
Okay.
And the aspects of, like, do you remember? And I believe, I don't know if it was 3 or Vice City, where if a cop was chasing a fucking civilian and you knocked the civilian out, you'd get $50.
Yeah.
And it was called the Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan, yeah. And you could, like, even kick them on the floor. I found the glitch that if you kick them on the floor, you got $50 more. And if you keep them kicking them, you get $50, $50, just constantly going until, like, I think for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But you got extra money just kicking them on the floor and shit like that. So I don't know if they do that in this new ones.
I don't know.
I haven't tried it.
Seen that.
I tried it in 4, and I started getting shot at by the cops.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it is nowadays.
Yeah. Here, let me help you.
Well, that reminds me, in another side story, that reminds me of this other video I saw where this was in prison, where an inmate started beating the fuck out of a cop.
Uh-huh.
He got him in a room,
mm-hmm.
and he was just wailing, kicking his ass and shit. And then another inmate came and actually took the other guy off him. He saved the cop.
Right.
He saved the cop, and here's the bullshit. The dude because he was part of the attack, so they say, he got another 5 years.
Shut up. I bet you that
like 2-3 years ago.
Damn, I bet you that dude was just like, man, fuck these dudes. I ain't never helping y'all out again.
Cops, dude.
I mean, I saw the one that started having like a heart attack.
I never seen.
and the inmate saved him. Like, so he was one of the guards that was sitting on his desk. You know, they have the access to like press any button to open any cells.
Yeah.
And he started sounding like, I don't know if he was having a stroke or having a heart attack. And basically, as he was falling down, the inmates were like slamming on the door, like, "Hey man, are you all right? Are you all right? You doing good, man?" And the cop was just like, you know, down on his knees. And he was telling, open the cell, man, let me help you. And the cop was like, do I let this guy out that's probably going to whoop my ass or do...
He'd be lucky if they whoop his ass because, you know, those guys haven't had some poutine. Wow. Down that side, that's free meat. That's free market meat.
Well, I mean, I guess he got lucky because he let him out. He let, like, I think, like, one guy out, and then he let 2 other guys out. And then they came and they were, like, knocking on the main door to let other guards know. And they were, like, they were waving in front of the camera, like, pointing at the cop and shit like that. Eventually, like, I think a riot team came. And they came with the doctor, but they didn't do anything to the inmates. They just told them, like, y'all get back in your fucking cells, locked them up again. And I mean, I guess you could call it a wholesome story because of them, he got to make it to the hospital in time. He got help and all that shit. And he even took a picture with the 3 inmates that saved his life. You know,
I'll get back to
now get back in your jail cell. I'll knock 5 minutes off your sentence.
So you get 5 extra minutes during recess.
During recess, yeah, you get access to more plates on the weight bench.
Yeah. In fact, I won't have you suck my dick this week. How about that?
I won't throw Big Bob in your cell this week.
Big Bob.
Enjoy, boys.
So tell me, I'm kind of curious. What's this N64 chat I see you have on the wall?
No, well, I mean, I wanted to have a chat with you about these N64 games because you can remember most of the N64 games that you were playing, right?
Of course.
The majority.
N64 was a staple of my childhood.
Right.
So I wouldn't be the man I am today, thanks to Golden, Conkers, Bad Fur Day,
exactly.
Mario Kart.
I feel like GoldenEye had a lot to do with us learning how to play Call of Duty.
Of course.
I honestly do. But, all right. So what would you say would be your favorite N64 game?
Conkers,
Bad Fur Day. Okay. Good. Now, what was your most hated N64 game?
Most hated, I'm going to say Mission Impossible.
Really?
Yeah, I never liked that game.
Wow, okay.
I tried to get into it numerous of times. I would put it on, and I just couldn't.
It just couldn't catch your attention.
It couldn't catch my attention.
Interesting. Okay, well, no judgment here, dick. No. So okay. So I was going down the list of N64 games, and I was having a nostalgic time and all that stuff. Played Conker's Bad Fur Day. Played GoldenEye. Played The World's Not Enough. Super Mario 64.
A 64 controller?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Say, damn, you get points because I tried rocking a 64 controller not too long ago. That shit is not memorable at all. Like, I'm like, God damn, how did we do this back in the day? Can you imagine if we were teenagers? I was a child when 64 was around.
Yeah.
If we were teenagers during high school, we would have had the best fingering skills thanks to the N64.
Yeah. I believe that.
You knew how to work the thumb.
Yeah, the thumbstick.
And as the thumbs usually the thumb sticks out.
Yeah.
During your sexual intervention.
Do you remember how bad those the analog sticks would get after so much use on those controllers?
Dude, they're fucking fucked.
They're all just leaning
like a soft dick leaning.
They were just fucking leaning to the side, but it still worked.
Oh yeah,
it still fucking worked. Yeah, they would still fucking work. Now, one game that I was playing, and I'm like, I now remember why I fucking hated this game because I wanted to give it a chance. I don't know if you've ever played it. Body Harvest.
That does not sound.
No, it doesn't. So you're like this little fucking like I guess time traveler that you're going to ancient Greece and stuff like that, but you're fighting against this like bug invasion, like giant bug invasion and stuff like that. And it was just such. This is like the game that you would use in a class to tell people what not to do.
Okay.
Because it was just horrible. This game was fucking horrible. I'm sorry for whoever liked that game, but it was just bad. I started remembering like all these fucking memories. I'm like, I remember why I fucking returned it First day I rented it from Hollywood Videos, and then I'm like,
Hollywood. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you can't forget what was the store that they had?
X Games? No, it wasn't X.
It wasn't X Games. No.
Yeah, I know it was their video game aisle.
Yeah, like their GameStop. It was their GameStop. Yeah. GameX Freak or I don't know.
Green.
It was green. Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Someone's gonna know.
Somebody's gonna know. If y'all remember, let us know in the fucking comments because I can't remember. But so I remember when I fucking rented that game from fucking Hollywood Video, took it home, popped it into my Nintendo 64. I was excited. My dad was all like, "Oh, look, my son, he's so happy. I'm happy that he's happy, right?" You know, and he sat down and he was watching me play, and I'm like, "This game sucks." My dad looked at me, he's like, "Why? What's wrong with it?" I'm like, "You try playing it, Dad." And he's like, "Well, okay." And then like not even 2 minutes later, this game sucks. I'm like, "I know, right? Can we return it, Dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go return it." I don't go, fuck, let's go return it. We returned it and they were cool with it. They were like, "Yeah, oh, you want to return it? What's wrong with it?" My dad just said like, it wasn't working right. Would you like to rent the other one that we have, or do you want to rent another game? Another game. Fuck that. I got Pokemon Stadium.
I totally forgot about Pokemon Stadium.
I got Pokemon Stadium. I remember that. I remember it fondly because it was such a horrible game that I ended up getting Pokemon Stadium, which was 10 times better, of course.
Of course.
But I just played that Party Harvest again recently, last night actually. And God damn it. Even with my newfound knowledge of like trying to play the game how it should be played, the game was just fucking horrible. And I mean horrible. I think it's my new hated game.
All time or just on 64?
I say of Nintendo 64 because I mean on PlayStation, PS1, PS2, I think I have my own.
But here's a question. What's your all-time hated game when it comes to all the games you've played, if you could think of one?
City Skylines.
Mine's not far off. I'm going to say Sims.
Oh, fuck you.
I fucking hate the Sims games.
Really?
Really? My cousin made me hate them. Like my cousin, I think I've said this before, but if not, my cousin that I grew up with, female by the way, wasn't a gamer. But she had a PS2 and she was addicted to The Sims. Like every new Sims came out, she would get it. And it was the same shit. I hated that game. I hate those games.
So you're talking about you weren't into the whole character creation. You weren't into
just watching a bunch of people be people? Yeah. No, I'm not.
Well, there was more to it than that.
Yeah, they would fuck.
I mean, the woohoo. They would woohoo. No, I mean, for me, like, what I liked about The Sims was, I actually liked the game. Not love it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the best game out there. But it was a good game, and I have a history with it. I loved playing God in that game.
That's what it is, the power.
I loved playing God. I would make a family of 8, put them in a crammed trailer, and then, like, build them a pool.
Okay.
Let them dive into the pool and remove the ladder.
Oh, shit.
And just watch them.
Problem.
Yeah, I got problems. Yeah, I got lots.
You love the power of God.
That's why that's like they say, God doesn't give wings to scorpions. Anyways,
what?
It's a saying.
What did you just say?
No, nothing. Anyways, let's continue. I just liked it. I love fucking doing it. I don't know. There might be something wrong with me, or maybe it suppressed something that it shouldn't come out. Like you said before, I'm mentally disturbed.
You are. I think I've all seen it now.
But I like doing that. I believe it was in The Sims Busting Out. You could put a diving board.
Okay.
And he, like, when you have them like dive when they're in midair, you can legit just remove the pool.
Wow, that's fucked.
And they like just face plant like whoosh, like mass.
That's some good shit.
It's hilarious. Hilarious to see.
That reminds me of a bad experience I had when I was a child.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, back in the day, I grew up poor. Our family vacation was always going to like some shitty ass lake.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom had took us to some little shallow lake, and we would go every vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So my cousin came, and my cousin was way older than me. Like I was still a kid. He was like right out of high school, so he's way wrong. So this motherfucker picks me up as a remember the water's shallow, like not even maybe 2 feet, maybe 3. Okay, shallow water. Rocks. Remember, it's a lake. Rocks. All
river rocks.
River rocks. Dude picked me up, threw me up, but when he threw me, he threw me up. Like, he didn't just throw me full force forward. He threw me up. So I had that momentum coming down. And me being a kid, freaking the fuck out, I put my knees as my guard. When not my knees. Dude, I fucking busted my left knee. Dude, bleeding.
I bet.
And dude, oh God, when you said that, it totally reminded me of that.
Oh, shit, dude. Oh, God damn it.
And then my mom was just like, just bandage it up. We're making sausages.
You want a sausage?
Pretty much.
Come sit down. Have a sausage. Fuck the lake.
Yeah,
and
the lake.
I mean, that's why I will never say that The Sims was one of my most hated games. But in all honesty, like, if I had like to pick, oh shit, dude, because I mean, I just dog on Isaac for City Skylines. Isaac, if you're listening, like, dude, I hate you.
So I was gonna say, Isaac, I know we talked about this before, but Isaac has this thing where. So it's me, Isaac, and Manuel. We have our own little Discord chat. Just the three of us.
Yeah.
And Isaac has a bad reputation of out of nowhere, he'll throw pictures of what he built in his city skyline.
Because he knows we hate it. We fucking hate it.
But I'm going to give him some props because he actually sent one today. And I'm still not for the game, but it looks real as shit.
Yeah.
He put some hours into it.
Yeah, you can tell.
I was gonna say when we post this episode up, when it's up online, post that picture on the Instagram.
Yeah, do that, Isaac.
People who listen, go look on the Instagram and of course all the other social media. Just post it.
Yeah.
And see how pathetic he is.
Dude, it's just like I laugh at the fact that he posts a picture and he put all this work into it and we're just like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. But no, so like basically that was I wanted to see what was your childhood like with the N64. What was your after school, like your best after school memories when you had an N64, getting home from school, your routine go?
It was Conkers, Pokemon Stadium, and then I had like Rush. It was like a fucking...
Which one?
I forgot, but the car, it's like lime green on the cartridge. It was called Rush. Dude, that shit was pretty legit.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I would borrow games, and South Park was a good one.
Which South?
The one where, like, you have numerous guns, and then they have alternate versions of the gun. Like, you could, like...
For example, you had the snowballs, you could turn them into yellow.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and then the dodgeballs, you can toss like a supercharged one.
Like the Philip doll, which was a fart bomb.
Yeah.
And you upgrade to the Terrence one.
And it would
like
stick.
Like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, whenever you would pull them out, you just like, fought on your grave. Yeah, I remember that shit. What was it? The sponge start gun? That you were just like, it was like a crank. Yeah. I remember if you powered that one up, it had like a cranky.
Yeah, like a crank
to make it more powerful than a big ass.
It's like a charge.
Yeah,
boom gun.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that game. That game was so much fucking fun.
That game was fun.
So much fucking fun.
And of course, GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, dude.
GoldenEye. Like I remember loving the story, but when you got your friend, like the moment, me, I was lucky to even have 2 controllers. But when you had friends and you all came together for that four-player experience, that's where it was at. I remember a long night.
Stop screen watching.
Stop screen watching. There you go. You're screen watching.
You motherfucker.
Screen watch.
How did you know I was around the corner?
Dude, those were the best nights. And then, when Pokemon Stadium, you went up against your friends. Oh, dude, that was it.
That was it. Like, dude, I'm trying to remember if the N64 had online. Because I remember there was an adapter in the back.
So, technically, N64 did have online, but it was only a Japanese thing, and it didn't become anything.
Really?
Yeah, it was like they tried it, and it didn't work. It was like the Super Nintendo had it too. But it didn't work. It was a Japanese thing.
Because I remember I told you on one previous podcast that I had bought a Nintendo 64 from this guy with a disc drive. And they both had like an adapter in the back, and it had a landline connection.
Yeah.
So I want to assume that there was some online capabilities.
There was, but it was only a Japanese thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, it wasn't big here. Technically, it wasn't big there. It fell immediately.
Right.
But it was just one of those ideas. So technically it did, but it didn't.
Yeah. No, I get you. Then, okay, so when I say routine, what was it like for example, my routine when I would get home, as soon as I would get home was my mom right off the bat knew what I was wanted to fucking do. Sit down on that fucking Nintendo. Pinche Nintendo. You know,
Yeah.
that type of shit. So she would say, homework. So my routine was like, all right, got to get this homework done. The faster I get this shit done, the faster I can get on that Nintendo and play Ocarina of Time. So I'm fucking doing, just fucking doing my homework. 19 plus 1, 21, all that shit. And I was wrong. My whole soul, I was wrong. But anyway, I got the homework done, showed my mom. She's like, all right, guy, whatever. I would eat my snacks. You can't forget Surge.
Oh, you were a Surge kid? I was not.
And Tang.
I was a Sprite kid.
Really?
Yeah, I was a Sprite kid.
Sprite. Okay, nice. Well, I was Surge and the other ones, the Kool-Aid Jammers, but the ones that you would put the little pill that would change colors. That.
Oh, dude, I totally fucking forgot about that shit.
Bro, I used to drink those religiously. I would take them for lunch for school.
Yeah.
And I would always have like all my friends like, dude, do it. Put the pill in, dude. I'm like, oh, all right, dude.
To be a child.
Dude, I know, dude. Like, it was greatness. But so after I would eat my snacks, of course, dinner, so on and so forth, it was.
You had dinner?
I get supper. I don't know what you would call it. It was frijoles con huevo. So after that, get my snacks, my fruit gushers, or fruit by the foot.
Oh,
fruit by the foot.
Snacks.
Yes, sir.
Snacks.
Yes, sir. Sit down and start playing either Conker's Bad Fur Day, Pokemon Snap.
Ooh, you're a Snap kid?
I liked it. I like Snap because of the like. And here's the thing: a lot of people don't know that game had so many different
side
like
tangents.
Yeah, it had like little side roads and stuff like that. It was all on a fucking trail, but if you did certain things, you would fucking get a different like little trail.
Yeah.
And I remember I 100% at that fucking game. I remember I found every single trail, even the Mew at the end.
Oh.
You can still continue even a bit more. Dude, my God.
Man, I was not big on Snap.
Really?
I was not big on Pokemon Snap.
I liked it. I like Pokemon Snap, especially when you got the little printer for your Game Boy.
Dude, I totally forgot about that printer. It was a little eye, right?
Mm-hmm. A little
eye, like camera.
But you can connect it to your what's it called, your Nintendo 64, yeah, on one of the controller ports, and you can print the picture you took of the Pokemon. It would look shitty as fuck.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it looked like shit.
It looked shitty as fuck, but you could do that.
Yeah, that was great technology back in the day. Because back in the day, that was impressive. We were kids.
Dude,
we were like, God damn.
Japan. What do you expect?
Japan. But that reminds me of Pokemon Stadium, because Pokemon Stadium, if you had the line, you could transfer your actual Pokemon from your Game Boy games into the stadium. So your Pokemon into from your Game Boy, you could put them and use them. So I remember, and this is a story, I had a friend, shout out Carlos, I haven't spoken to him, so he was a childhood friend. He was that kid who had
everything.
Yeah. So like I was like, no, my Pokemon will kick your ass. I'll beat you at Pokemon Stadium. He was like, okay. So like,
let's see.
Yeah. So I came to his place, and I didn't know he had that shit. So he transferred his Pokemon over, but this guy was a dick. Not only did he do that, motherfucker had 3 Mews. I mean, Mewtwo's. How? Mewtwo's. Well, if you remember, you could duplicate them. There was a glitch back in the Game Boy.
Missing no.
No. Not that. That's a different glitch. But shout out to Manuel for remembering Missing No. I remember Missing No.
No.
Yeah. No. But no, there was another glitch where you could pretty much copy your Pokemon.
Oh.
Where you could like get a Mewtwo, and then you had to do something at the Pokemon Center at the PC, and it had to be at a Pokemon Center.
Oh, that you would deposit them, but you would keep them in your belt.
Yeah, but you could duplicate them somehow. He knew how. He did it because he had fucking 3 Mewtwo's, and he kicked my ass. And this motherfucker kept doing recovery.
What?
Shit move.
Goddamn. Recovery.
Yeah,
and then you were sad. You were good.
And then you know what topped it off? His mom was there, and he was like, yeah, look, Mom, he thought he could beat me, like, talking shit to his mom in front of him. And we were, like, 12 years old. Like, I was still in elementary.
Damn. God damn, dude.
Yeah, dude, just really wanted to stomp my spirit.
Yeah, no bad.
He was cool. Overall, he was a cool guy, but he was that kid.
He was that kid.
He was that kid.
Yeah. I knew a couple of those kids that like had everything, but they wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I used to have a friend, and his name was Quentin.
Mm-hmm.
He was a white kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a great family and all that, and his parents would let me and Carlos, because it was the neighborhood friends. It wasn't school friends. It was the kids you knew on the block.
The block, yeah.
Like, think of Ed and Eddie.
Yeah.
Kids from
The cul-de-sac.
the cul-de-sac. So, like, we would go and play Mario Kart, four players. Usually, like, I'd have my cousin or somebody would have another friend from the block. And, dude, his family was the cool family. Like, we'd be playing Mario Kart for hours, and his mom would be coming up in there with pizza bagels, pizza rolls. There's another thing, growing up, dude, his mom was fucking hot.
Shit, what's the name of that fucking song?
Stacey's mom?
Stacey's mom. Fuck yeah. Stacey's mom.
Hot. Mom was fucking hot.
Got it going on.
Got it going on. But, yeah, overall, like, dude, yeah, the kid that had everything.
Yeah, no,
Bastard.
well, I remember back in the day when I met you, you had a bunch of shit too.
Yeah, I did. I was doing my aunt at that time.
Yeah, you had. I remember what had just barely came out, and you were all like,
Resident Evil 4.
no, it wasn't that
Back in the game?
because when Resident Evil 4 came out, I bought it
Yeah.
came out.
And I remember because you had me come over and beat that one boss because you couldn't beat him.
Which boss?
The one that turns into a centipede, the first boss, the guy with the trench coat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
So side story, back in the high school golden days, we're talking freshman year. Because I met Manuel. Yeah, I met you freshman year. You were like my first friend.
That's
Congratulations, we're fucking old as fuck.
yeah.
Stuck around.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. So I'm like, Manuel lived like how long? Like a good.
You would walk to my.
I would walk to Manuel's place to hang out with.
Yeah, you would walk to my house, dude.
And it was a good, like, what, 10, 15-minute walk?
Yeah.
And,
Had you go through the duck pond?
yeah, I had to go through the duck pond and everything.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah. Besides that, Manuel couldn't beat the boss, so he was like, you think you beat him for me? And I started beating him. Like, I came, I remember I was just kicking this dude's ass, and I remember seeing you. Like, you were just up there in one knee, like, just, like, getting hype, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, because you kept on throwing grenades. I remember, because one of the things that I never got in that game was, like, the right time to throw a grenade. I was always about the firepower. Shoot him in the head, kick him. Shoot him in the head, kick him. This motherfucker comes over and he starts throwing fucking flashbangs, fucking incendiaries.
Dude, they incendiaries were top tier.
They were broken.
And that's kind of why I hate the new one, the remake. They
removed them.
They removed them.
It's funny because on the VR, total side tangent, on the VR, you get all of that. You get the flashbangs, incendiaries, and the grenades. I still haven't gotten the knack on how to toss because you can do like in real life, like a full blown toss, and it won't go far. It'll land in front of you.
It lands right in front of
you. I'm like, well, how the fuck do you do this? Like underhanded, it goes a little bit farther. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I need to let it go at a certain time. Like, what the fuck? I still to this day have not gotten it on how to fucking throw them far because I want to do like a fucking football chunk far away. Yeah, because I'm going to keep the chainsaw guys away from me.
Yeah.
But in the fucking VR, I toss it and it's just like right in front of me. Oh, fuck, dude, I got to run. But to this day, I still haven't fucking figured that out. But back to the fucking, I think it was on the PS2.
PS2.
You were like fucking tossing. I remember you tossing flashbangs. I'm like, wait, hold on, what? That takes effect? Wait, shut the fuck up. And you're over here shooting them. I'm like, dude, you're running out of ammo. And you're like, don't worry, there's more over here. I'm like, what? There's more ammo? What the fuck?
I played that game religiously.
You did.
I was a huge Resident Evil fan.
You were
played those games numerous of times.
I remember you had notebooks and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I had notebooks about Resident. I was a loser. I remember my grandma once caught me writing in my Resident Evil notebook, and she was just like, Bentel, fucking write about video games, and why don't you write about being a doctor? Why don't you be a lawyer thing now?
But it just tripped me out that time because I will say Resident Evil 4 was my favorite for PS2.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is a great game.
It was my favorite for PS2 first, and then like second was State of Emergency.
Okay, so I remember that game because a lot of people I knew loved that game. So I actually played it and I couldn't see the hype behind it.
I actually liked it because of just the chaos that goes on, dude. It's fun, dude. It was a fun game. I actually really liked Rampage.
Rampage was a fucking best. badass game.
But on the Nintendo 64, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say
On the Nintendo 64.
That shit was chaos.
Rampage
Good
2.
way.
Yeah, Rampage 2 World Tour.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite fucking game. And then let's see what else. What would your PS1 favorite game be?
PS1.
PS1.
We're going Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash 3.
I was about to say
War.
which one. War. Okay. Good. Mine was Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. Ooh, Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis that's a game that they supposedly are saying they're gonna remake, but they still haven't approved it. But I'm like, they should. They've been doing a good job with the Resident Evil remakes.
And Dino Crisis was supposed to be Resident Evil.
Yeah, it was supposed to.
It was supposed to be Resident Evil because it has the same mechanics.
Yeah, it's the same exact.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know if they should do Tomb Raiders. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed Tomb Raiders. I'm not going to say they were amazing.
No,
but they were okay.
I hated Tomb Raiders.
Really?
PlayStation.
No shit.
Now, granted, I love the new Tomb Raiders. I love the new Tomb
Raiders.
I think I talked about it before.
Yeah, you have.
But I never I tried playing the first 3. They were on the PS1, and I fucking hated them. I
mean, it's like I always say, to each their own. Then on the PS2, like I also had the Sims Herbs, where the Black Eyed Peas came out. I actually kind of like that one. Favorite though is Bustin' Out. Let's see, Bustin' Out was fun. Let's see, what other ones? Okay, you had a 360. You didn't have a PS3. So
I had a PS3 for a short period, but then I switched to the 360 because I didn't like the PS3.
Okay, so then there's no point in asking you what's your favorite PS3 game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I had one.
Okay.
If I could say my favorite, I wouldn't say favorite, but I'd say I enjoyed it, was the PS3, the Metal Gear Solid that came out with the PS3.
Yeah. Oh, Sons of the Patriots? Wait, no, that's PS.
Something like that.
Guns of the Patriots.
Guns of the Patriots.
Yeah, that's
and funny
Snake.
And it's a funny story too. So, side story about my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom never, ever bought me a system or a video game growing up. Never. She hated video games. She never saw the appeal.
Yeah.
Hated. I always had hand-me-downs.
Right.
Which is fine. I still got to
no
play.
Problem with that.
No problem with that. But when I actually graduated high school, my mom asked me, what do you want for a present? And I told her the PS3 because it was 360 and PS3 during that time, that era.
When we graduated?
Yeah. Well, it didn't just come out, but it was the system.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe 2 years, about 2 years.
Yeah.
In.
Okay.
So I asked for a PS3.
That sounds about right. Yeah, because our friend Justin had a Rock Band for PS3.
Yes, those are good times too.
Yeah.
I remember that. But I asked for a PS3, and my mom actually bought me brand new in the box a PS3, and it came with the Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
And I enjoyed that game.
That game was fun.
It was fun.
I mean, shit. Okay, so you do like Metal Gear Solid?
I like that one.
You like
the only one I played.
So you never played
No, I never
3,
played any
2
of the ones. No,
You got a lot to learn, my friend.
I don't want to learn it.
You got a lot to learn, my friend. Because I mean, did you play Phantom Pain?
No, so I'm telling you,
The newest one?
no, I haven't played it.
Jesus, okay. I mean, I recommend it. It's good. Okay. So then you'll say for your PS3 that was my
go-to.
Okay. What was your least?
My least?
I'm gonna add to these questions. What was your least?
If I could,
what was your hated?
I don't know about hated. I don't think I had a hated for the PS3 since I didn't have it that long.
Street Fighter 4.
No, Street Fighter 4. That's what you're talking about. No, Uncharted.
Really? You don't like Uncharted?
I didn't see the appeal. It was fun. Well, I'm not gonna say fun. It was good for what it was.
It was playable.
It was playable.
Okay.
I wasn't a huge fan.
All right, then let's move on to the 360. When you moved on to the 360, Xbox 360, favorite?
Well, it wasn't an exclusive, but for 360, Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, right? Okay.
Red Dead Redemption.
And then
I put so many hours into that. Assassin's Creed 2 for 360.
Was your least?
No.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
Favorite.
Right, yeah, okay.
Least for 360? I don't really know. At least maybe one of the there was a Dragon Ball Z game that came out, and it was trash.
Really?
For the 360, I can't remember which one. There's been so many.
Yeah.
But no, it was I hated it because it pretty much retold the first.
Budokai.
No, it wasn't Budokai.
No, it wasn't called Budokai, but it retold the story to Frieza.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
It was the stupidest fucking thing because we already know it goes way beyond that.
Yeah.
That's the one I hated.
Because I remember I had and you would always come over to play it. Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Yes.
I remember we were the fucking Super Saiyan 5, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
Yeah, Gogeta. Yeah, she was like, God damn it.
Commander, quit your shit. Fuck, stop hitting me.
Those Dragon Ball games were top.
I was about to say that's my favorite from 360. Or was it 360 or PS2?
It was 360 because I remember that was...
No, because 360 had Raging Blast.
You know what? It was PS2.
It was PS2.
You're right.
Because, I mean, I would say Silent Hill 2 was my favorite, but nah, dude.
That was PS2.
Budokai Tenkaichi that was top tier fighting right there, dude. And then 360 tried to bring it back with the Raging Blast 2, but
it sucked.
It wasn't as great.
It was trash.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So you said that. For me, for 360, my favorite, I'm gonna say Asura's Wrath. Asura's Wrath was one of my fucking top tier games on that. Least favorite, or I guess I could say hated, because I'm gonna say for like the second choice of like what was your least or what was your most hated. I'm gonna put those two in there, and I'm gonna say. There was this one game that was a Naruto game that was in the 360, and I thought it was gonna be fucking fun because you get to run around the little ninja village and all that stuff. It was gonna be great, but nah, dude, it was the gameplay fucking.
I never liked Naruto.
Nah, a lot of people didn't, dude. I mean, I hate the new series, the new fucking Boruto series, but that's another thing. Now let's move on. You've said before, I think it was in the previous episode, you said. You had an Xbox One.
I did for a short period.
And then you moved on to PS4.
Yes, I did. Immediately,
yeah. And then I never owned an Xbox One, now that I think about it. No, I never owned an Xbox One. I went from 360 to PS4. Now let's do the same questions there. For PS4, well, for the time in your Xbox One, what was your favorite and what was your hated?
My favorite? Okay, the reason why I kept okay, now that I think about it, I did keep my Xbox One for a good period, but only for one game. One game. And that was Killer Instinct.
Yeah, of course.
I fucking wrecked havoc on Killer Instinct. I loved it. But I can't think of a game. Oh, the Assassin's Creed, Liberty. No, not Liberty. The one where they're like in Italy. The one after 4. Unity.
Yeah.
I hated that game.
You hated the shit out of the game?
Shit out of that. That was when Assassin's Creed died for me.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's when Assassin's Creed died for a lot of them, because even Syndicate sucked.
Yeah.
Syndicate. Valhalla looked pretty cool.
I haven't played it, but I heard good stories.
Like, my brother was playing that, and I saw, like, the gameplay. I'm like, okay.
But they're not Assassin's Creed games anymore either.
I mean...
They're only Assassin's Creed games because they try to keep the Templars and Assassins story in there, but they've gone so far reach from them that they're just like it's a Viking game.
Yeah. So, yeah. But here's the thing. I think they screwed up when they killed off Desmond. I think that's when they screwed up.
Yes, but did you not hear that Desmond's actually alive?
Is he really, though?
That's what they said in Valhalla. That he's really alive. There's a recording, or I never played the game, but I remember the great technology of YouTube, by the way. Uh-huh. You know how you can see gameplay and stuff?
Yeah.
Where there's like a segment where he's talking and he pretty much faked his death. They faked his death for a reason. I don't know, someone who's played it will tell us if someone's played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, officially he's not dead. Desmond's not dead.
Holy shit. Okay, so now I'm invested in Assassin's Creed again. I might start buying them because I felt like Desmond had so much potential for like if they wanted to end Assassin's Creed on a high note, it would be with Desmond in a modern age.
Yeah, that's what I think everybody wanted. Because that was pretty much the build-up when you think about it.
Yeah, because
Assassin's Creed kept going forward.
Because they were all descendants of Desmond.
Yeah, they're all descendants.
Oh, or he was the descendant of all these assassins.
Yeah.
That's how they were getting all this information. And then, of course, you found out the chick was a double agent and all that stuff. That's why he killed her off.
Yeah.
Forcefully. But I just felt like as soon as he got killed off in that area, and then that one animus chick or whatever the fuck she was, that goddess.
Yeah, I always forget her name, but yeah.
Yeah, like she was all like, "Oh, you've done your part, Desmond. Now it's time to do ours." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck is coming up? They fucking ruined it. So we're not gonna get a modern age fucking Assassin's Creed."
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, dude, we would have loved to see, because there's so many things you can climb in the fucking future.
Oh yeah,
so many fucking
skyscrapers and shit.
You won't find hay bales, I'll tell you that. You won't find the hay.
You'd have to be doing parachute.
Yeah,
at that time.
Who knows? They probably give them like a glider, like that squirrel suit.
Oh, like fucking the Zelda games, your little glider.
Yeah, dude, like they'd probably give him something like that, like a one-handed glider or something that he's just slowly going down.
That, I mean, they have to do it one day.
They have to, and I feel like that would be like the perfect send-off for Assassin's Creed's games.
Of course it would, the modern age.
Because, I mean, one thing I feel like they're kind of like milking too much, for example, would be one, Assassin's Creed, and two, Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
Call of Duty, like, I mean, they went to the future, dude, and I hated the fuck out of that.
Games.
I hated, what was it, Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2?
Black Ops 2 went into the future, but only like 5-6 years. 3 and everything, like, I don't know, Advanced Warfare and shit. It was
there you go.
20
Advanced Warfare, yeah.
Years where they have mech.
Yes.
Not mechs, but body mech suits where they could like super jump.
Yes.
Super glide and all that shit.
I think they were trying to compete with Titanfall.
Yeah.
They were trying to compete with that because people love Titanfall.
Dude, Titanfall is great. And actually, that you bring that up, they canceled the making of 3. They were making a part 3 already.
Mm-hmm.
And they booted it. Like, they ain't going to make it no more.
Ah, what?
I just saw that the other day, too.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Titanfall was an amazing game.
It was fun. I got to play the first one. I didn't get to play the second one.
The second one was literally the same shit, just different maps.
Just different maps? Okay.
But still good.
Okay, well, I mean, let's hope that they keep to it. But I feel like they're milking Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed too much. They're trying to go down the line. Next thing you know, we're going to have Assassin's Creed, I don't know, fucking Ye Old West.
30-50-50.
30-50-50, what? No, like the Ye Old West, you're going to have a cowboy fucking assassin or something like that. Like, it's going to get crazy.
They're going to go fucking Assassin's Creed BC. Right, they're gonna say that Jesus was secretly a fucking assassin Templar.
Crucify this.
And they caught him and they crucified him.
You know how to use one of these. You know how to use one of these. I mean, well, they did actually with I think it was an Assassin's Creed 2. When you collect certain artifacts, it shows you a video of Adam and Eve.
Oh, yeah, the Adam and Eve thing.
Yeah, they show you because of the Apple of Eden.
The Apple of Eden, yeah, so cool.
So, I mean, I don't know if they're going to go back that far.
To me, it'd be pointless.
You think so?
Well, because they've gone back, then they go forward, and then every now and then they go back again. I hate that shit.
Prequel, sequel.
Yeah,
that sucks. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. But I mean, at the end of the day, they've already milked this series for too much. I say Ubisoft has to go off on a high note and say, like, you know what? We have the recording of Desmond on Valhalla. Let's just fucking go to present time and fucking do something. I don't know. They'll probably do something with one of the presidents nowadays. President Trump.
Would Trump be a Templar or an assassin?
Damn, okay.
I think he'd be a Templar, bro.
This is the best assassin here. The best here.
Best assassin is here.
Desmond, tell us a little thing about it. Nobody cares because we're going against China. God damn it. But I don't know, man. I just feel like they need to like lay it to rest.
Oh, yeah.
They need to lay it to rest.
They need to lay it to rest like 5-6 years ago.
But, okay, back on fucking track. So you said your favorite and these favorite for Xbox One, PS4.
Yes.
What do you have?
PS4, my favorite game, that's a hard one because I played a lot of, they weren't exclusives, but for my PS4, it'd be Assassin's Creed 4. And I'm going to say it because I know I get shit for it especially when I bring it up to you, but the DMC. And Tomb Raider. When they redid her, the first Tomb Raider, fucking amazing game.
Most hated then.
Most hated? Ah, man, I can't.
Or least favorite.
Oh, least it'd be Injustice.
Really?
Yeah.
You weren't a fan of Injustice.
I wanted to be a fan of Injustice.
Are you a fan of the comics?
I never read them.
Oh, you never read them?
No,
Okay.
I got the story.
It's basically Superman.
It's evil Superman.
Well, I mean, it's finally what everybody feared, what Batman feared.
Yeah, it's
Superman going evil.
If you see The Boys, it's Homelander, but Superman, essentially.
Is it really, though?
In a sense.
I feel like Homelander is 10 times worse.
Well, yeah, because he's a fucking pervert.
And a prick.
But when it comes to like how he goes about shit, not caring, yeah, that's Injustice Superman.
And Wonder Woman's on his side, right?
Yeah.
So it's only the supers that are on his side.
Majority.
Because
there are some that are against him, but...
Okay, so let's go down to Justice League. Cyborg is on Batman's side.
Yeah, he is on Batman's side.
Green Lantern?
Superman's side.
Wonder Woman is Superman.
Yeah, Green Lantern is Superman.
Martian Manhunter?
He wasn't in that game.
He wasn't?
No.
Okay. Who else did you have? Oh, you of course have the villains.
Yeah, the villains, and some of them did stay on Batman's side. I think like Bane, not the Joker's just his own character.
Yeah,
he never chooses. He
never picked a side. Well, didn't he kill Lois Lane?
Oh yeah, he dies. Yeah,
he killed Lois Lane.
He killed Lois Lane.
That's what causes Superman to go evil, right?
Yeah, that's what causes him. Harley Quinn, there you go. She's on Batman's side.
Really?
But only because Superman killed Joker.
Okay, what about what's his name? I'm pretty sure Solomon Grundy's on Superman's side.
Solomon Grundy's the type of character like I don't think he has a side. He's just more like you tell him what to do and he does it. He's kind of like a dumb, stupid character.
Yeah.
He's just big and strong.
Okay.
Well, Shazam, it was on Superman's side, but then he goes to Batman's side because he starts to notice like, all right, this motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah, something ain't right.
I mean, you're right here.
Well, would you think that Shazam has a chance against Superman?
No. Well, there's good...
Or Black Adam?
Black Adam? No, not Black Adam. Well, maybe. There is, like, you know, in the mighty fan base that Shazam can go up against Superman in a sense. I do think they're right, but the thing about Shazam is he doesn't get powered by the sun and all that shit.
Well, he gets powers by just yelling Shazam.
Yeah, like he's essentially a god, but technically Superman's a god too. In a sense.
So it would be a battle.
It would be a battle.
But I feel like Superman can overtake him because Shazam is technically a kid.
Yeah, he's technically a kid.
Huh. That's a good question. Anybody out there want to put your input into this?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're both super strong.
Yeah, they're both.
Shazam has the electricity.
Yeah, he has like pretty much electric fingers.
Okay, and Superman has
heat vision, super speed, strength.
I think Shazam has super speed too, don't he?
He has speed. He does. He's essentially another Superman, but I think Superman will still
beat him.
Yeah,
beat him. Okay. Now here's another one, and this should be our versus.
Okay. All right.
Superman versus Wonder Woman.
It's gonna be Superman.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with
Superman.
I think Wonder Woman. So, granted, like you bring up a good argument because, and we're going. Yeah, but we're going comic books. So there's a story where Batman had a contingency plan
against who?
Superman.
Okay.
And his go-to, if it ever came down to it, was of course his kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
But Wonder Woman. Because he thinks Wonder Woman's like the only person who could really go up against him. Maybe not beat
toe to toe,
but enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Enough to distract them so Batman can make a kryptonite gun or something.
Yeah, because Batman, everyone always says, oh, Batman will win. Batman will win if he has the plan way ahead.
If he has the distractions.
Yeah, if he has a distraction.
Yeah, he has contingency plans, but dude, sometimes plans don't go as planned.
I know.
So this whole contingency plan that he would have, if he's lucky enough for like Wonder Woman to hold him off for him to make a gun that can shoot kryptonite, or even if he still has it, he still has to be able to shoot Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the whole, with prep time, he's not going to have prep time. Yeah. Superman's going to fucking blast through him in no time.
Well, there's a story. It's called The Dark Knight Returns. It's a good read. It's probably one of the top Batman stories when it comes to comics.
Is that where he's old?
Yeah.
They're all both older?
Yeah, that's when he's older.
The one where he tells him, like, I just want to say it because I actually you.
And the way he goes about it, which is he uses Green Arrow as a distraction. So what he does is he has a kryptonite arrow, and he shoots Superman, and Superman catches it because he's super fast, right?
Yeah.
And like Superman's just like, you know better. Like, I saw this a mile away. But being Batman and Superman not being, okay, Superman's smart, but not super smart.
Yeah, no,
That's the one super thing he lacks. He put a little bomb in the arrow, so when it exploded, the dust and everything flew up into space in his lungs. So that's how he got him.
Okay.
So that's when he like pretty much kicks his ass, and he just says like, "I'm not gonna kill you. I just wanted you to remember the one guy who beat you."
Who actually beat you?
Yeah.
Yeah, which he technically did.
Yeah, he
technically did. But I mean, like, I'm pretty sure once Superman got better, like, he's like, all right, I'm at 100%.
Yeah, that's it.
I can rip his bitch in half if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. Yeah. But he's too much of a Boy Scout. He's too much of a Boy Scout to fucking want to do that. Now, when we bring up, all right, Wonder Woman versus Superman, I always like doing crossovers, which is why before I talked about how Iron Man versus Batman, who would win.
Yeah.
And I still say Iron Man. And you know who else agrees with me, which is why I started thinking about this more when I heard him say it?
Who?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Really?
Yes, because you know what he said? He's like, you got to understand. Yeah, they're both smart, but one of them builds his own weapons while the other one buys his own weapons.
That is true.
So Tony Stark is building his own fucking weapons. He knows his weapons inside out.
Yeah.
While Batman is buying weapons, parts for the weapons, and so on and so forth. So one of them, to be able to build the weapons, has to have more of an intelligence than the other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why we'll go. And I think we did this as a versus last.
We have done it before. I think at the very beginning something.
Around there. Fuck if I remember. I barely even remember where I parked this morning. Now, let's give it to this. You have Green Lantern.
Uh-huh.
You have The Flash.
Okay.
And let's put in that group, fuck it. Let's do it this way. The Avengers versus the Justice League.
Oh, dude. The Justice League kicks the Avengers' ass.
Are you sure about that?
I'm very sure.
Okay. Who would you put against each other?
Hulk is for sure going against Superman. Muscle against muscle.
You wouldn't put Cap against Superman.
No, Cap goes against Batman.
So you're putting a superpowered against a human?
Yeah, but, okay. Batman is superpowered, but he's fast, and essentially they're the same. Captain America is strong, but not stupid strong.
Well, he's an enhanced soldier.
Yeah, he's an enhanced soldier, but that's it. He's not like the Hulk where he could punch through buildings and shit. Like, he could move, if a car, and he could probably flip up a car, but it'd take a lot of his stamina.
Okay.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, he's super, but not as super as you think.
Okay.
Batman's fast with his gadgets, and Captain America uses a shield most of the time.
Right.
So that's who I throw. The Flash, that's a hard one. I mean, because you got to remember what lineup we're talking about when it comes to Avengers. But you want to throw Thor. You want to throw the big guys.
What I want to say with the Avengers, because I know there's been like a different line of Avengers like for a bit. Also, with the same aspects of the Justice League, they turn into Justice League Unlimited with all these people. So let's just go for the original 5 of each.
Of each?
Yes.
Well, the first Avengers is the Hulk, Iron Man,
Thor, Captain America,
Black Hawkeye. And I believe
I don't think Black Widow was part of it.
I don't think so. I know she came later.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting someone though. Someone else was in that lineup. Or maybe it was just 4.
No, you said 5.
I can't
because you said Hulk, Thor, Captain America,
Iron Man,
and Hawkeye.
Okay, so 5.
5.
So then we got the main 5, which is going to be Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Martian Manhunter, because he is the original.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he came later.
No, he was the original. He was an original.
I thought the Flash was.
No, Flash isn't. Green Lantern is.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I always thought Flash was the original, the one with the little skull cap with the little wings.
I mean, that is the Flash, but I believe he comes like a little later.
Okay. All right, so then let's go for the original. The original.
The Avengers will lose like big time over. Big time over.
Okay, so let me put then because I'm gonna say the Avengers. I'm gonna say that, right? So let's go this into like a Pokemon battle.
Okay.
I throw out Captain America.
Batman.
You throw Batman.
I throw Batman.
Okay. I throw out the Hulk.
That's Superman.
You throw Superman. Correct. I throw out Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, that's hard because
He's a marksman, dude. That dude is fucking beyond anybody in Justice League.
Throw Green Lantern.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's already Captain America. That's already Hulk. That's already Hawkeye. I throw out Thor.
Wonder Woman. God against God. They both could fly. She has a lasso and a shield, a sword. He has a hammer. They're both gods. They could both fly. That's who I throw up against Thor. Wonder Woman.
Okay, yeah. I would have to give it to Thor right off the bat for that one. Because, Wonder Woman is an Amazon, not a god.
Yeah, she's a god. She was crafted by Zeus. She's a god.
Okay, I'll give you that one. And then who's left?
Martian Manhunter, which is broken. Who else was in there that we said? Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Iron Man wouldn't stand a chance against Martian Manhunter.
Are you shitting me right now?
Are you shitting me? Martian Manhunter? He's another Superman. He's literally another Superman. But his weakness is fire.
Who's Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter.
So he's fucked against Tony Stark.
Yeah, but that's if he could. It's not like Tony Stark could just throw fire at him and he's weak. He has to have him indulged in fire. Like, pretty much throw him in a room of fire. He can't just throw fire like, oh, shit, I'm down. No. He has to literally, like, if Tony Stark went against him, he'd have to trick him into a room, an oven, or some shit.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, all right. So, here's what you're saying. So, let's put it right there. You said Martian Manhunter versus Tony Stark, Iron Man. Right? Now, didn't we just make the claim that Iron Man would kick Batman's ass, no problem?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you that, even though I don't believe it, but I'll give you that.
Well, then, wouldn't you expect... And here's the thing. Who would be smarter between Martian Manhunter and Batman?
Smarter? Batman.
He just took the... So, Iron Man takes out the most intelligent one.
Yeah.
And you don't think that he could take out Martian Manhunter? Because, I mean, give the powers that Martian Manhunter has. Shape-shifting. He has...
Super strength.
Visibility.
Could go through walls. He has mind powers?
That's where I was going to go. Does he have telekinesis or does he have just mind reading?
No, both. He's broken.
He's broken. Okay.
That's why I'm like, it's an easy, loss for Iron Man.
I don't know, man.
What the fuck's he gonna do? Talk to Jarvis? Be like, Jarvis, what's going on? Like, what the fuck?
I'm just a fucking AI.
I'm just AI, dude. You're fucked.
I mean, you gotta understand that Iron Man himself, he's pure energy. He's pure energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is fire? Pure energy.
Yeah, but it's like I told you. He'd have to throw him in an oven or, some type of... But that ain't gonna do shit to him. That's just energy. It's not fire.
Okay. All right. We've come at an impasse here.
It's gonna be Justice League.
Okay.
Regardless.
Then let's give our listeners. Let's see who they say would win. Because this is actually the first time we've been at an impasse.
Yeah.
This is the first time. This is the first verses where we all have been at an impasse. So we're gonna say to the listeners. Who do you think would win, Justice League or Avengers? The original lineup, guys.
Yeah,
original.
The lineup we just said. Now,
yeah.
Don't throw in fucking Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. If Scarlet Witch were to come in, they're all fucked.
I'd say if Scarlet Witch was in it, you could throw the Manhunter against, and he'd have a fight.
He'd have a fight, and then if Scarlet Witch is in there, what's his name? Would be in there too.
Silver?
No.
Vision?
Yes, thank you.
Fuck Vision.
He would be able to take on Martian Manhunter too.
I don't think so. He's just AI too.
He has a mind stone though.
So what's that gonna do against someone that could be invisible?
He could fucking see him for sure. Not to mention that it can fuck with his mind, and he's a telekinetic person.
Yeah.
So that would fuck him up beyond repair.
Yeah, but okay, we're getting into territory.
Yeah, we're getting into
we're swapping characters.
Yeah, we're going to what if scenarios.
That's like saying Thanos versus Darkseid, which Darkseid would totally fucking rape Thanos.
We talking Thanos with the gauntlet or without?
That's what everyone does too.
Yeah, well, because I mean that's the only
cheating. That's a weapon.
That's what I'm saying though. If you had Thanos fully equipped as Darkseid fully ascended, that would be a fucking battle. Because, I mean, Darkseid could prevent most of the stones.
Yeah.
So it would be a fucking battle.
Nah, Thanos would get his ass whooped. Thanos isn't this big badass character like people think he is.
Oh, I know that.
I mean, he's a big badass. He's not a big badass like the movies led to.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far because the movies kind of over glorified him a little too much. I know for a fact Thor could have fucking killed him, no problem, before he even snapped.
Yeah, he even told him he should have went for the head.
You should have gone for the head. Yeah, I love that. Fucking what's his name did a really good.
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin did a really good job. He does a really good job on fucking Sicario too.
Yeah,
I fucking love that actor, dude. Fucking love him.
Yeah, he's a great actor. But before, because we are getting a bit, this is a long ass episode. I did want to touch on two things. I wanted to end this with two other stories I found.
Yeah.
So we're going on to the a bit darker.
Okay.
But it's like I say, fucking alligators, dude. I'm telling you, these fucking things are becoming a problem. They were, I think I sent it to the Discord where they found one in the river of Texas. Just a big motherfucker.
Oh, they've been around, dude.
Yeah.
Calaveras has some ridiculous.
Well, here's a story. Wife killed in alligator attack in Central Florida while canoeing with her husband. They were canoeing, a big-ass gator knocked him over and fucking ate the wife like nothing. So I'm telling you, dude, I'm fucking scared of gators, dude.
Shit.
Dude, you know they eat their own kind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, they're fucking monsters.
Survival of the fittest, and
They're like literally the oldest thing, the only thing we have to dinosaurs in this day and age.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think they found one gator not a long time ago, but a while back that was like over like 800 years old or something like that.
Yeah, they're
old. He looked fucking aged. He was missing an eye. Like the dude legit had a villain scar in his eye. You know those villains that have that one scar across their eye?
Yeah.
He had a villain scar across his eye.
Does he have some type of name to go with it? Like Scar?
Yeah, or something like that.
Thank God.
He was like some kind of fucking like, that is El Gigante.
Yeah, that is El Gigante. Well, funny story since we're talking about gators. You remember Happy Gilmore, the golf one?
Mm-hmm.
With Adam Sandler?
Mm-hmm.
That gator just passed away the other day. It lived to 81 years old.
Wait, the one from the
movie.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No shit.
And that gator had been used in other movies, like as a
prop, just as a prop.
As a prop.
What the fuck?
And it died the other day. 81 years old. And it's funny because they show the picture of up in heaven with that black guy with
Chubb.
Yeah, him and the gator next to him. Like saying rest in peace.
What the fuck?
You know the internet, they're savage.
Yes. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome.
So here's one story for you.
Uh-huh.
The last story. And I gotta save the dark for the last.
Okay.
We gotta end in a bang.
Yeah, we do.
So, you know, shared custody, it's a pretty common thing in this day and age, right?
Right.
Custodies, anyone that doesn't know, it's where baby mama, baby daddy break up. They have shared custody.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Well, this guy went to pick up his kids. Had 2 children, right?
Uh-huh.
Came to pick up his kids, found the woman, the mother, thrown her 2 kids in the oven and killed them.
What?
Yeah. Pretty harsh story.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. Baby mama drama, I guess.
So he went to pick up his kids and he found them in the fucking oven?
The oven.
Bro, bitch is tripping.
Bitch is crazy.
What the fuck, dude?
Well, when you think about it, no more child support.
Well, okay. Yeah. She's gonna spend her fucking life in fucking prison for sure. And that's still too good for her.
When I came in, the stove was laying on my youngest son's head, and my other son was laid on the floor with his brains laid out to the floor.
What the
She cooked those motherfuckers. I mean, did she cook those kids?
God damn, dude.
I don't know what to do. I just came home from work.
Bro,
That's dark shit.
My fucking heart goes out to that guy.
Oh, yeah.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah, that's some dark shit.
That's a villain arc right there.
That's a horror.
That's when he's fucking starting his villain arc right there.
That's a villain arc, dude. He's going to train and become like, I don't know what, but... He's gonna lead some big ass terrorist attack
against fucking baby mamas or something. What the fuck?
He's gonna ban stoves.
Oh shit! Now we're no more stoves. No more stoves. We're gonna go back to the old school with open flames.
Open flames.
What the?
Start a whole fucking movement to remove stoves.
Damn, dude, that is fucking dark as fuck. What the shit?
That's some dark shit, right?
It gets you fucking thinking. Like, at least it gets me thinking. Like, dude,
of course it does.
Dude, I'm a father myself. Like, in fact, I just went and dropped off my kids to their baby,
shit,
to their mama.
You started over the knee. I had to bring it up.
Dick, no.
The Bison Labs talk about everything and nothing
at the same time.
At the same time,
no shit. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I was gonna talk about one kid that, like, I call him the tobacco kid.
Okay.
So now he's older. He's older, okay. Right? It's not as dark as you think, but it's still pretty like, what the fuck? Because this kid, his mother was smoking tobacco when she was pregnant with him.
Oh, Jesus.
So a lot of people thought the kid was going to come out deformed and all that stuff, have deformities or some kind of bad mental problem. Well, the kid is born and he was okay.
Okay.
Everything's functional. Lucky kid. Not so much. He was born addicted to tobacco nicotine.
That makes sense.
And that kid at the age of 4 was rolling fucking buglers.
Oh, geez.
No problem smoking cigarettes.
Fuck.
He was sitting with the chocuacos in the fucking corner, just smoking with them. Just like that, dude. No fucking problem.
Man, to touch on the story of cigarettes, not the actual story you're talking about, I've met a lot of people that, smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes is a convenience store item. But when you meet people that actually buy the tobacco and the papers to roll cigarettes, dude, that's a whole different fucking game.
I used to be one of those.
Really?
For a while, I was smoking Buglers.
Jesus.
Because it was cheaper, dude. You'd get $4 a bag.
Yeah.
And then you'd have all this tobacco to roll up in your own papers. Mm-hmm. And then the papers would cost you like $1 for a pack of 20, 30.
Mm-hmm.
So it was super cheap. Very cheap, dude. And you got a shitload of tobacco out of it.
Well, that reminds me, when I used to chew, I don't chew anymore, thank God. It was a big bad habit. I chewed for a good number of years.
Yeah,
but
same here.
There was a period where I chewed so bad, I started buying the bags, not the cans. The big tobacco cans.
What the fuck?
Dude, I was taking that shit to work, just throwing big fucking, and there were the leaves, the cans are always cut up in some different way.
They're long
bags.
That's it, yeah.
The bags, they're the fucking leaves.
You would have to mulch those.
Yeah, you'd have to just get a handful and just...
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was addicted bad.
I never got that fucking...
I went far into chewing tobacco.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to try the chewing one. The one that you actually
turn
it around.
That was the bags. The actual...
Really?
Yeah, you just bite on it. You're just chewing it on it like gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
So I'm glad I could say, you know what, I don't do it.
Yeah, no,
I switched to meth.
A lot.
Wait,
I switched to crack cocaine.
And switched to crack cocaine. It's the best decision of my life.
Have I lost all this weight? Well, I mean, I always wanted to try out the chewing tobacco just to see what the buzz was about. No pun intended. But I just did the dit. I smoked cigarettes. But I used to smoke like a chimney back in the day. Back in high school, dude, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember we used to smoke cigarettes like crazy.
We went through packs in no fucking time. But I got to the point where I was smoking 2 packs a day.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's fucking scary. But nah, dude, I quit cigarettes. I mean, yeah, now I smoke cigars, but I ain't smoking 10 cigars a day or anything like that. I'm smoking 1 cigar today with you, and maybe throughout the week if I wanted to just lounge, I'll buy one.
Yeah.
But it's not as often as it was before with cigarettes. I'd buy a can every 3 days.
Dude, I was buying 2 cans every day.
Damn, fuck that noise. Get the fuck out of here with that. But nah, man, with that tobacco kid, I think he's older now and he's still smoking like a motherfucker.
Like a monster?
Yeah, dude, he can't stop. He'll go through withdrawals, headaches, and everything if he stops.
Yeah.
And they said it can have negative effects on him, if he goes to a major withdrawal to the point that he can die.
Well, that's why I gave up energy drinks, because there's people that go through withdrawals because they were so used to having 3 a day.
I can't do that anymore, dude.
Yeah, dude, me either. I'm glad I gave that shit up.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for me, I know I've been saying for the longest time, I'm getting back into working out, but you don't know how fucking better I feel after I walk for a mile or two. I feel a whole lot better. I go home, rinse off, lay down. It feels so fucking rewarding once you get to lay down.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
It feels great, dude. that's why, like, I want to keep on that and, like, probably, like, go off the vices slowly but surely. But, you know, it's nothing hurt. It doesn't hurt to have, like, a glass of whiskey here and there and a fucking cigar.
That's every now and then.
Yeah,
It's good shit.
Yeah, but I guess, why don't you lead us out now, Nelly?
I'd love to. It's a favorite part of the podcast. Figuring it out where I don't have to see your fucking face anymore now.
Just for a fucking week.
Okay. Anyways, that's been a hell of a long episode. I guarantee you this is probably our longest episode, but it was a real good one.
A good one, yeah.
And I want to thank the ladies and gentlemen for joining us. But Manuel, what would you like to say before I lead us off?
Absolutely. You know what I always say, guys? Drink water and fuck.
Drink water and fuck. We're going to have to make some shirts, dude. I'm telling you. Drink water and fuck.
With my face on it, with the pointing with the sky.
Fingers, gun
fingers and shit like
poster in your guns.
Yeah.
Water and fuck. But anyways, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us again for another episode of the Bison Lounge, the podcast about everything and nothing, all at the same time as you just heard. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Deuces.